find what you need to get the job done. Grainger, supplies and solutions for every industry.
And something to take note of as we go into the second half of this fight. Gabriela Fundora has been the 8-round distance twice. Her opponent here, Reyes, has only been to 6 rounds one time. This is also the first scheduled 10-round bout of her pro career.
BC, I had a friend who was watching the stream, who was a native Spanish speaker, tell me that La Chapa, La Chapita would be like a little version of that. La Chapa means a woman who takes charge.
Certainly the challenge Reyes is facing in this matchup.
I like how Fundora is kind of using that lead hand at times to frame out and then put Reyes at the end of her punches just quite manually with her hand and on forearm.
Gabriela Fundora, certainly a technician, you can say. She can get in there and let her hands go when she needs to. That's the family's creed. But her accuracy, her timing has been very good.
Also, quite well balanced. Have you noticed that? Now, obviously, it's a different task for Reyes, where she has to kind of move in, cover more distance, so it's going to be harder to keep her balance. But I would say that the movement, and then the balance of someone like Fundora is clearly better, well established, better stance, better structure. Always kind of has her weight largely in the right place.
Good footwork from Reyes there to exit out of punching range, but she's going to have to put something behind that to gain Fundora's respect, which is something she has yet to do through 5.5 rounds.
Now, you saw it there briefly. Reyes switched stance to southpaw and then did land the overhand left. Look at, by the way, did you see the framing I was talking about earlier? She's just doing it. Shoulder, you can see it right there. Right hand, forearm, sort of in the clavicle of Reyes, and just framing her off so she can land whatever she wants. But getting back to Reyes previously, BC, she did switch stance to southpaw and did land the overhand left, and Fundora just took it. It seemed like it wasn't that
more of that out of Reyes.
Come on, man, who got the you can't play with me.
These rounds are short, I gotta tell you.
2-minute rounds in the women's professional.
I prefer it to be 3. I really do.
I think it's time.
3.
I certainly think it's time.
And of course, to be clear, that's a commission decision. That's not up to the promoter. That's not up to anyone else but the commission. But I do think it's time for commissions everywhere to reevaluate how they regulate women's boxing, and I think 3-minute rounds are in order.
We're certainly going through a women's boxing renaissance. You can look up and down the top 10 pound-for-pound rankings, and when you're seeing fighters like Clarissa Shields, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, we're really seeing some of the greatest female boxers of all time. Now we've got female boxing in the Olympics. The International Boxing Hall of Fame welcomed their first female class. It's about time we are seeing women's boxing on this level for sure.
It's just hard to get offense going in 2 minutes. Obviously, it can be done, and Fundora is doing it, but there are many circumstances where it's just difficult.
Damn.
Round 7 between featherweights here.
Step up, step up.
Reyes going southpaw, stepping up the offense.
Yeah, a little bit. Trying to switch stance into distance closing. But what you're noticing is Fundora using a right forearm frame and then left hook to the liver. It's nice work from Fundora. She is a well instructed and coached fighter. You can tell.
Just 20 years old, the southpaw Gabriela Fundora.
It's unbelievable, right?
About the Fundoras is if you test them, they've certainly got the power to stand and train with you, but they've got the chin up to this point. Still early in Gabriela's career, but
great jab. And again, there's that left-handed stance now. Let's see if she throws the overhand. Reyes does. Let's see. There it is. You saw it, but Fundora was ready for it the entire time.
Fundora wound up with that looping right hook, right on the money once again. If Reyes can't hurt Fundora, if she can't muck the fight up, this is looking like we're seeing a consistent pattern here as we push closer to that 10-round limit.
Yeah, candidly, I'm not sure if I've seen a round yet for...
Good two-way action here on the inside. Referee letting them fight.
Ooh, that's a nice right hand there.
Big right hand from Reyes.
You know what? Reyes has her moments. I think one of the issues we see, tell me if you agree, she's having a hard time capturing sustained offense. Right? The big shots are there on occasion, for sure, but not really able to put a good 30, 45-second effort together.
And in a 2-minute round, when you've really got to try to impress those judges, as we look back at the action of round 7, good combination punch in there for Fundora, but she did eat a clean shot in between as the action picks up.
That's a nice overhand right to them, move into a southpaw stance, but then back to orthodox. That's good stuff. Reyes having a couple of good moments there, for sure.
Reyes, a native of Mexico, her 11th pro fight, 9-1, 5 KOs. That one blemish on her career in 2018, lost a 4-round decision to Marianne Salazar in her home country of Mexico. Tonight does mark the U.S. debut for one Naomi Reyes.
That's a tough debut.
Round 8 of a scheduled 10. This is already the furthest Naomi Reyes has gone up to this point in her pro career. There's one critique from Fundora. She's used her jab defensively to keep Reyes away. I'd like to see her use it more offensively. I'm always going to say that, though, about a fighter, especially one with the length and reach that the Fundoras have.
Yeah, she seems, I think you're right, content to find the more impactful shots once the blitz is happening. But to your point, it could negate the blitz from even happening if you can really sting them. I do wonder in a venue like this to what extent, depending on where you are and what time of day you fight, the sun could blind you.
Absolutely. You see the shadows moving as the fight goes on.
Because there's other folks there involved with the California Athletic Commission who are visibly wearing sunglasses to do the job. I do wonder about that.
It's possible their future is just so bright. It's possible their future is just so bright, but... All right, we'll leave the dad jokes out. Yeah, we'll leave the dad jokes out. For the remainder...
You definitely don't live in the South.
Good counter combination there from Fundora. Reyes crossed that line, just not able to land cleanly with anything. Shovel right hand uppercut from Fundora, starting to mix it up a little bit more.
Oh, that's a nice little, I think it was a left hand there from Reyes. That's a better round for Reyes. I'm not sure exactly how much she was able to get through, but certainly Fundora didn't get off the way that she had in previous rounds.
Let's take a look back at the action here in round 8. Love Reyes' aggression.
I might have to eat my words for that. Actually, it was a pretty nice flurry there from Fundora, but certainly in the latter part of that round, I should say. Let me qualify that statement. In the latter part of that round, but in the early part, yeah, she certainly had some great moments.
But with 2 rounds to go, Reyes is going to have to back up that aggression with clean punching. Hard to believe she's...
You've got Fundora ahead, right?
I've got Fundora ahead wide. It's hard to believe there's more than a scant round you could give in the direction of Reyes, although you're never sure what the judges are saying. They've got a closer seat to the action there in Southern California than we do in this New Jersey studio. But
well, I got to tell you, not a lot of panic in that corner. Right? They don't look... They're not giving her frantic advice, are they? They just seem very operationally calm.
2 rounds to go. Now would be the time if you're Team Reyes to leave nothing to chance and let those hands go.
Right hook left to the body there from Fundora.
You can't play with me.
Fundora pawing with the jab, but came across with a stiff left hand.
There's that jab you were looking for, BC. I like how Reyes fought on the inside to avoid the referee separating them. That check hook is money for Fundora.
For a fighter so young, this is just her 9th pro fight and just 20 years old, as we've established. You really have to be impressed with the craft so far of Gabriela Fundora. She does make Reyes pay for the real estate each time out.
Typically, yes. Oh, caught her coming in. Timed it perfectly.
Stiff jab snaps the head of Reyes back, but back she comes with a combination of her own, and now another flirtation with that southpaw stance. It's had mixed results, but some of her best action from Reyes has come from there.
She's got to try something, right? You can't really knock the effort.
Box out. Shoot that, boy. You got him. Good boy, good boy.
Overhand right to close the distance from Reyes, but then she eats a right hook on her way. There's another one she eats. Oh, beautiful left hand right down the pipe.
Best punch of the fight so far for Gabriela Fundora, closing the action in round 9.
And if I'm not
Run to
mistaken,
the paint, nigga.
blood now are in the mouth or nose of Reyes.
Hey, yo, go ahead.
Damage and accumulation starting to add up as we head closer here to the final round.
Bro, why you ain't run to
Reyes,
the
they
paint,
don't
though,
look like
bro?
they're
You
trying
got
to rally
leak
a
out.
fighter who might be down on the cards, do they?
Seems calm. They know their
And
fighter.
honestly, listen, panic is not what you want either. I'm just saying, for a fighter who might be down
Run to the
heavy on the
paint, man. That
cards,
shit too
you
easy
don't
in
see
the
the
paint.
kind
Niggas
of
fucking trying to get an easy
competitive
sleep.
allure that you might ordinarily. That's just me being an observer. I'm not. They're not going to tag me in, BC, to go and do the job for them. I understand that.
Let's take a look back at some of the action from round 9. Good clean left cross from Fundora.
The frame. I keep going back to it. The framing of Fundora really playing a very key role. If she can get that right forearm on the clavicle / neck and shoulder area of Reyes, she can do damage.
This has been a little bit of a liberal referee job. At times, Fundora's been holding. She's been holding with one hand, punching with the other.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it dirty.
Because that's
I
not
wouldn't call
even
it
your
dirty.
man.
But yes, I've definitely seen, to your point, heavier enforcement.
No.
Reyes is going to go. The time is now. Final round. This 126-pound clash.
Oh, her coach calls for a touch, 2, 3,
Man,
so
bro.
jab, straight, and then hook. And there it is. You just saw a couple of them. So did I not say earlier she looked like a well-coached fighter? It looks to me like she has a very keen and impactful connection with her coach. Obviously, being from that family and all.
Father Freddie Fundora. He's got 2 very promising young fighters. Blood flowing once again from the nose of Naomi Reyes, but she is going to let her hands go here in the final minute.
I'll tell you
So
what, Reyes has
what, you want to
guts.
stick them so
Big time
bad.
guts. She's eating heavy punches, and it doesn't look like she's slowing down to me at all.
This is the U.S. debut for Naomi Reyes. And this is the time to let that right hand go. See
What,
if she
bro?
can create some drama on a
35%
venue that,
contested?
frankly, is known for it.
Oh,
Yeah, good hit.
You going to stick them, bro?
oh, nice overhand right there from Reyes.
Following it up with a looping left hand as she switched stances in the midst of it.
BC, again, I'm just here on the outside. I'm just a guy with an opinion. But did I not say Reyes would have better opportunities when she could draw out reactions? There, the left hand was drawn out in an attempt to fire, and then Reyes went over the top and landed completely. Credit to her for landing. Credit to Fundora for having it seems like a pretty good
Got a
chin.
window, my nigga. Don't pass it.
Final seconds here in the final round, and they go the distance.
that
10
more
rounds in a
often,
spirited
yeah.
battle for what it was.
They absolutely went for it. I will give credit to both fighters. I think both did what they could do given their existing abilities and skill sets. It just seemed to me that in the end, Fundora, much better about managing distance, much better about anticipating attacks, much better about following through on responses, in large part not accepting huge damage. Look at that left hand. Oh, just a brilliant shot from Fundora.
See some of these pictures from round 10. Reyes tried to rally the best she could. Landed a few clean shots of her own, but you saw that head snap back. When Gabriela Fundora commits to those power shots, she found success. And look, her brother Sebastian, 24 years old, making big noise in the 154 men's division pound, But Gabriela Fundora at featherweight, just 9 pro fights, she could be a problem when you're talking about that size mixed with that pedigree and that technique.
Also, they're showing little girls in the arena. Let me just tell you, as a guy who also covers other combat sports, if you want
stuck now, you gotta
women,
pass it up.
more women, I should say, to come to your event, put them on the card.
Yo,
Put them on the card,
dumbass.
and sure enough, you will bring
Send
in
that shit
a
down.
wider swath of all different types of
Send that
people,
shit
which
in
is
the middle.
ultimately what makes boxing better, is when you can just grow the audience.
Bro, why the fuck you ain't pass the fucking ball, bro?
I mean, you see the 6'6" Sebastian Fundora, and
I can't believe he told you he can't dribble. That is
imagine, I imagine him windmill dunking over the competition, but he told me that's quite the opposite. He's trouble dribbling a ball, but I think he's found a profession where he's going to need hardwood in his future, as his younger sister, Gabriela, makes the rounds.
Stick your man, boy.
Steve's love from the Southern California crowd.
That's not your man.
Gabriela was 9 years old when the family
What you
moved
talking
from
about?
Southern Florida to the Coachella Valley in California.
Oh my god, bro.
That we haven't heard the scores yet, but Fundora is clearly anticipating a result where she gets her hand raised, and I think rightly so.
Oh shit, he closed out fast as a bit.
As you see Naomi Reyes in this U.S. debut, she showed out, what you'd have to say, to the best of her capabilities. Let's not forget the 8-inch height disadvantage, and certainly much longer in reach, it seemed.
I got yours. I got yours.
Go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Patrick Judges Ivan
Told you gotta fucking win, boy.
99 to 91.
Told you gotta fucking win.
Winner by unanimous decision.
Fuck.
And still undefeated, Gabriela Fundora.
So really just 1 or 2 rounds, basically, the judges could find for Naomi Reyes. A spirited effort, as we mentioned, but certainly not one where she lost for a lack of effort. Or BC, I'll give her credit. It wasn't like she tried the same thing over and over and over again. There were a series of different attacks, but in the end, the biggest problem to me, she just couldn't close the distance in a way consistently enough to find, again, a sustained amount of offense.
Well, look, if there's good news for Naomi Reyes, are you going to be able to find this many 5'9" women's featherweights with that type of reach that can do that to you? No.
Right.
She showed out the best she could in her U.S. debut, but it's now a 9-0 start to the young career of Gabriela Fundora. And if you had the Fundora sibling parlay, you have scored one half of it. As we get closer to tonight's main event, the triple header Showtime Championship Boxing, 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Showtime. If you're watching this stream and wondering, how do I get Showtime? You right now can go to Showtime.com and get a 30-day free trial. The next 3 months after that, how about $3.99 a month? Not a bad introductory deal to catch world-class boxing, mixed martial arts with Bellator MMA, and so much more. We'll see if Sebastian can hold up his end of the bargain as he welcomes Carlos Ocampo in tonight's main event. But we're just getting started here at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. One fight down on our Showtime Championship Boxing countdown preliminary card.
By the way, if you're Sebastian Fundora, you gotta be happy, right? If there had been some kind of vicious knockout of his sister, which again was...
Whoa, let's
No, I'm saying that would have been unlikely, but boxing is crazy. Crazy things happen. That would have been potentially not a derailing moment, a destabilizing one, I think might be the word. But no, not at all. His little sister looked fantastic by and large, won by a clean sweep on the cards. That's got to put him feeling like he's got the wind at his back here tonight, at least a little bit, right?
No question about it. We'll be heading to the men's featherweight division up next in an 8-round tilt between Ukraine's Viktor Slavinsky and Edward Vasquez. But if you're looking ahead, we do have tonight's triple header, as mentioned, 10 p.m. Eastern. It's not just Fundora Ocampo in that main event for the interim WBC super welterweight title, but how about the interim middleweight title in the WBC at stake when Carlos Adames takes on Juan Macias Montiel and Luke Thomas? We know Montiel's name from seeing him in his last opportunity, a title shot. He came up empty against one Jermall Charlo. boy, did he show out as a heavy underdog.
And I didn't think he was going to look as good as he did. He brought the fight. There's just simply no denying it. He brought the fight. So this is a contest where I guess we'll have to see exactly what Adames has at this stage in his career. I think it's a fair way to put it. But certainly Montiel, whatever else you thought about him, he really, I think, I would say in that one, he raised his game relative to the challenge itself. So let's see if he can do that again tonight.
Took Jermall Charles' best punches in that fight, kept coming forward. Definitely, sometimes there can be a moral victory in a defeat to get your name out there, get your reputation out there. We now look at Juan Montiel differently from that one. And of course, the opener in tonight's triple header. How about a super flyweight title rematch as Argentina's Fernando Martinez, who upset Philippines' Jerwin Ancajas earlier this year. They're going to do it once more. 12 rounds for that IBF title. A lot of talk back and forth between the two, but we didn't know a ton about Fernando Martinez from Argentina coming into that one. But 14-0 with 8 KOs. He was a 5-1 underdog earlier this year, and he won a wide decision against a fighter who's promoted by Manny Pacquiao, has an exciting style, but
and has more than twice the amount of overall professional experience as well.
No question about it. No time for rest here as we get set for our second bout on tonight's countdown preliminary card. The featherweight division here in 8 rounds. As 12-1 Edward Vasquez steps in there against 13-1 Victor Slavinsky, who begins his walk to the ring. You see the flag, the colors of the Ukraine behind him. He now fights out of Los Angeles. Shortly, we will see these two touch gloves inside the ring. But so much history in this exact ring. You're talking about Israel Vasquez, Rafael Marquez, fights 2 and 3 of their 4-fight trilogy, or 4-fight all-action rivalry, excuse me. How about Lucas Matisse against John Molina, another Showtime classic, fight of the year a few years back, a brutal back and forth. Or Ruslan Provodnikov versus Timothy Bradley Jr. So many,
Forget about it.
Many classics in this one.
Our 3 judges ringside are Rudy Madigan, Ralph McKnight, and Patrick Russell.
As I mentioned earlier, BC, obviously the ring announcer is not under any obligation to, in terms of competitive requirements, but wearing the sunglasses. Now, as you can see, if you look closely, the shade now covers almost the entirety of the mat of the boxing ring. So it's just covering the ropes, but it looks like if you're in the corner where the referee is, depending on how the fight goes, still could be an issue with your vision. I do wonder about that.
Edward Kid Vasquez. Just one defeat in his career, and that one a very controversial one in his last bout. Lost a split decision over 10 rounds against unbeaten Raymond Ford.
Nigga, suck my dick, nigga. Fuck you mean, bitch ass nigga. Suck my dick. Suck my dick, nigga.
Now he comes back and looks to show out here against
Suck my dick, bitch. Tell your grandma to suck my dick, bitch.
Slavinsky.
Tell your grandma to suck my dick. That old gum ass, man. I'm gonna nut all in your grandmother's mouth. You gonna be my grandson, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Now, bitch. You ready to be my grandson after I fuck your grandmother? None of that motherfucking mouth, bitch. You gonna be calling me Mr. Tony.
Use it. They like linear punches a little bit.
You gonna be calling me Mr. Tony.
Stand a little bit more upright relative to some of the American fighters. So let's see how this plays out.
Slavinsky, 32
Make
years
sure he don't get nothing.
Amateur
His bum
career in
ass.
Ukraine.
He's a fucking bum.
He's also looking to bounce back from his first defeat, February of this year, an 8-round majority decision loss to Claudio Marrero.
And by the way, open stance fight again with the southpaw.
Grandma gonna be sucking my
Pay
dick.
attention to full position, as we said
How you
before.
gonna
Pay
like
attention to
that?
any potential clashes, which will be more relevant here, BC,
I don't
because
give
they're
a fuck,
closer
nigga.
together
I'm your grandfather.
relative to foot raise.
2-inch height advantage for the
Bum
kid,
ass
Edward
niggas.
Vasquez here in the red gloves
Play
as we get going.
defense.
Ooh, holding the head there, referee giving a little warning.
Ah, you can't even hold the ball that long.
That's all you.
Slavinsky jabs to the body. It's certainly been a focus of his early
man,
on.
now. Take them fucking blonde ass dreads out your head. You must really got blonde dreads trying to be cool dirt and shit, nigga. You Perkio, nigga. You ain't dirt, yo. You Perkio. No, you Perkio, nigga.
Edward
Oh,
Vasquez,
Perkio.
native of Fort Worth, Texas. 27 years old.
Let me get this brown shirt, nigga.
He's got the
Let me
nickname
get the
of
brown
Kenny.
shirt, nigga.
Flashy guy on the microphone.
Oy,
No,
nice
man,
left
I
hook
can't
from
even
Vasquez.
get the
Perfect
ball
on
to
time.
you.
Combination. Lipinski with one of his own, a left hook counter as Vasquez ducked in.
Goofies, y'all worry about everything but me. I'm here. I got him. I got him.
Lipinski with the
I don't know,
blue
yo.
green flag,
That's a
colors of
fucking
the
random.
Mexican
Just
flag
like
on his
you
trunks is
random with
regular
them
in the
niggas,
Gym of
nigga.
Leo, Santa
Damn,
Cruz in
man.
Southern California. Santa Cruz, you can see through the ropes there in the crowd tonight. Multi-division world champion.
My head ain't bald head. I got blonde waves, pussy.
So it looks to me like what you're seeing from Vasquez is he's trying to pressure his way into counters, right? So he's not on the back foot that much. As you can see here, he is taking center of the ring. But what I think he is trying to do is to pressure or take advantage of the pressure from Lipinski to
Easy.
then counter
Get
him,
it
So
right
either
to me.
accept
I'm
the
gonna get
pressure
the
and
job
counter
done.
or create your own pressure. force
I got him.
the
I got him. Let me get him one time.
I
Let
should
me
say
get
first
him one
response,
time.
not
He's a
counter.
fucking bum. Fucking bum,
With
boy.
lead left hand attempt there from Lipinski.
That's gonna be the
Vasquez
only
just
2
barely
points you
able to get
scored the
out of
whole
it.
game, though.
Mentioned Vasquez had that first defeat
My
of his
fault
career,
then,
controversial
y'all. I
when
ain't
to
gonna-
open this year, but he did come back in July, took an 8-round decision from Jose
Whoa,
Argel.
he dunked on the whole
Here we
team.
are back here.
By the way, Vasquez mightily trying to keep his back off the ropes. Now, he found himself here, but you can see he is always trying to
Look,
keep
he spoke on it. Came up.
tape study and found that it would not be
He
good for him to
asked.
spend a lot of time along the rope line. It usually never
Who that
is.
ball, man? They don't even want to pass you the ball, man.
Round 1 in the book here, featherweight scheduled for 8 rounds.
Looked to me like Vasquez got a little bit better of it. But again, you just never know with these judges how they see it, what they looked at, what sounded impactful to them, what they remember. It just seemed like Vasquez got the better of the first.
You said you can't guard your fucking man.
I do like merengue. You see, I mean, I don't know who doesn't.
It could be an acquired taste for some, but
Not for me. I do like a little merengue.
I believe so does this crowd. You can argue there's a lot of great boxing fan bases globally, but that's Southern California.
You can't guard nobody out this bitch, man.
It is the backbone of the sport in so many ways.
Good boy, good boy.
All right, let's see what adjustments these guys make.
Box
Well,
out.
this is you can tell
Breaks.
it's a well-matched fight.
Brick.
Nice left
What
hook.
you got to do with the ball now? What you got to do with the ball
Vasquez
now?
missed the first two, but that's
Turn it
a big
over.
Left hook on the money.
Come on, man.
Action starting to heat up there. Vasquez with another stiff shot.
Vasquez is
Fuck
fighting
the center.
early in round 2.
Come to me, come to me.
I'm a center too. Fuck the centers. Oh God, they tripping, ain't they, son? Dumbass. They pop tarts. They soft in the middle.
Have you seen early on look from the foot?
They
placement?
soft in the middle, man. They pop tarts, sweetheart. They soft in
Well,
the
I mean,
middle.
there's a couple things you got to remember. Like the general rule, I want to put it that way. The general rule is that it's better to have
He
lead
ain't
outside
passing the
position.
ball.
What
Go
we're
ahead,
seeing here
strip
is,
him.
by the
Go
way,
ahead.
we're seeing lead right
Fuck.
hands from Vasquez.
Shut up,
which
nigga.
he's using sometimes to stand switch
Fuck
and clinch.
up,
So that's kind of
nigga.
interesting. The other part is Roy Jones, for example, would often allow his opponent to take outside, A, if he wanted to jab, or B, even if he wanted to cross, because he was faster and had better timing.
Roy Jones had superhuman
Right. I
reaction.
mean, we're talking about one of the best. I'm
How
not
the
trying
fuck
to
y'all
compare
on the same
Vasquez to
team?
Roy Jones.
Fuck
I'm
you.
simply saying if there is a speed disparity, that is something you could on occasion employ. You're seeing a little bit of that with Vasquez. Just to be clear, yes, I'm not saying Vasquez is Roy Jones Jr. That's not my point.
Very good round so far here for Vasquez. He's got a slight hand speed advantage, but I like
Stay
the
on
head
your
movement. I
feet,
like the
you
footwork.
fucking
He's been giving
Perkio.
Slavinsky a lot of different looks early on.
So now he's bending over.
Fake ass
the
Perkio.
using
Stay on
his
your
face as
feet.
bait. He has a high guard, but he's not as before. He was like exactly like that. And
It's over. It's over. Bye bye. See you guys later. Bye bye. Damn, who girl fussing him out, yo?
Uppercut just missed. Excellent trunk movement from Vasquez.
Somebody girl cussing him the fuck out right now.
One of the practical effects that folks should
Somebody girl cussing him the fuck out.
Down just a slip. One of the practical effects of missing as
Somebody
much
bitch
as
cussing him
is,
out, nigga.
one, I suppose it could be
I'm still gonna be your grandfather tonight, pussy nigga.
Miss that much. It's actually a lot easier on your cardiovascular conditioning when the punch lands through. It requires something in terms of balance and execution when the punch has to continue to travel and you have to draw it back.
Slavinsky having a problem keeping his footwork here. Referee Ray Corona rightly calling that a slip. This round has gotten away from Victor Slavinsky so far.
Yeah, the first round was much more competitive. This round is a nice round for Vasquez. Drawing out, look at him drawing out counters again. Oh,
Good combination.
and then angle change after the throw as well. Very good job from Vasquez. Well, he's a skilled fighter. This is a great contest. Slavinsky hardly out of it, by the way. He's still in there throwing with malicious intent. He's just having a hard time finding the guy.
See what type of adjustments both camps can make in the corner here. 2 rounds in the book in this 8-round featherweight tilt. Let's see some of that action for round 2.
That left hand, wow. Use the right to help him close the distance all the way through.
Upon review,
Ooh.
Ray Corona could have scored that a knockdown.
I mean, it looked like a slip in real time. I don't know, maybe not.
To your point earlier, you see some shades in the crowd. You see others covering their eyes as the sun continues to move as nightfall approaches in Southern California.
All right, Slavinsky needs to get something going here, BC. This is not a 12-round contest. This is not a 10-round contest. This is an 8-round contest. It's not that he's down a huge amount. We're only in round 3, but it looks like from a technical standpoint, he's got his work cut out for him.
You have to like the craftiness of Vasquez. Open with a lead left hook. Footwork was there right away to get out of punching range.
And Vasquez is standing right in front of him and either ducking, dodging, or covering just about everything Slavinsky can throw.
He's parrying those shots beautifully. Although Slavinsky, you can see here in round 3, we needed an adjustment. We needed a change. He's coming out busier, but he is getting countered clean.
So there's there's Vasquez on the outside for a hook, took the lead outside for positioning. By the way, Dasha pads, which you commonly see in the stances we talked about.
That shit
That
come
for the
on.
jab went inside foot positioning. So people always say, oh, you got to get the lead outside foot positioning. No, you don't. Not necessarily. Yes, it's typically can be advantage for power shots. If you're a heavy jabber or you're fast or whatever. There can be a number of different ways in which you don't necessarily want or
Cause I
need it.
promise what I found, oh man. Who man is
He's been
this?
trained by Leo Santa Cruz's older brother, Antonio.
Ah. They take that motherfucker's tick off. I don't be
He's just
playing no
unable
games with that
through
shit.
2.5 rounds to land consistently. Vasquez, better head movement, trunk movement. You like the defense, but even better than that, he's been very smart and crafty. More of a sharpshooter so far, but he's been landing these single shots clean.
Trap center as well.
What? Oh yeah, they are. Man.
I like how they fought out of that. Yes.
Ah, we got it
That's a
right
nice
back.
shot there from Slavinsky.
Get back, gang. Get back, gang.
Oy, nice left hand as he moved off to his right for Slavinsky. And there, overhand left as well. Vasquez
Don't
getting a
press
lot
it, don't
of
press it,
kicks.
don't press it. Alright, yeah. Don't press it.
You see just the 3 knockouts in the 12 victories thus
Good
far
job,
for
good job.
Edward Vasquez, but he's been landing the more effective shots that have visually moved Slavinsky at times.
I will say this is a better round, though, for Slavinsky relative to the first 2.
you doing, X? Silver Surfer?
Vasquez, the youngest of 5 kids, but he comes from a boxing family.
So
His cousins, his uncles, his
shoot the
grandfather.
ball.
Oh, uppercut left hook from Vasquez. What a combination. The round, the best punch of the round by best
Yeah, make sure you get that motherfucking name right. You hear me? Alright, fucking your grandmother.
3 rounds complete.
Fucking your
The
grandmama
action is
tonight.
beginning to pick up here between featherweights.
Hard to say exactly which way the
Grandmother
judges will
gonna
go
be
with
sucking
that
some
one.
dick tonight.
The most impactful combination / 2 punches definitely came from Vasquez.
Well, for whatever adjustments Slavinsky made between rounds, Vasquez was there with plan B, C,
Bullshit, man.
and
That
D
shit was supposed to be in the fucking turnover.
to use his gloves to block the offense and certainly the footwork to stay out of the punching range.
Hey, right here, right here.
Hack man, yeah, that's you.
You see, I just gotta say, there's a guy in the back who's got a jacket tied around his neck, you know? Been to a fair number of boxing fights. Don't know if I've seen that. I've definitely seen that in France. I'm sure I've seen that
My
in boxing
boys
fights.
down here, little ass boys.
That's definitely a slip. I don't.
These boys belong to me and my
definitely
team.
seem to be a slip for sure.
Ray Corona once again.
Somebody,
restarts
can y'all
Slavinsky
stick
having
that,
trouble
man?
with that footwork and staying upright when he's in the center of the ring. But he's gonna have to let his hands go.
This nigga
Work
X
his way
Trump is
back
a
into this
bitch
fight.
right now,
Better
bro.
round 3, as we mentioned, for Slavinsky. Not sure if it was enough to garner the respect from the judges.
I will say one thing that's keeping Slavinsky in this fight.
Where's the nigga at?
0-2.
He drunk as shit. Oh yeah, that's our boys. I'm down.
And so the more he's able to
Too
throw
little down.
jab and club,
Too little.
the more that it puts a guy like Vasquez in the position he's going to be defensively shelled or just unable to
You
get
talking?
the throw going at the time.
Did I-
Well, it's
did
not
I say
easy
you
to
could
see
talk?
intercepting, but as a
Did I say you could talk?
that volume does pay some.
Did I say you could talk? Did I say you could talk? Did I say you could talk though?
Distance twice, but it came in his last
Did I say you
2
could
fights.
talk, fuck nigga?
For Edward Vasquez, he's been 8 rounds twice. He's been 10
grandmother
rounds once in
sucking
that
dick.
controversial defeat. But Edward Vasquez, a big endurance athlete, runs half marathons.
Get that shit out of here, bum ass
In the
boy.
second half of fights. We'll see if that's true tonight if it gets there.
That's that weak ass playmaking shit.
Let's see what
The defense. They about to turn the ball over now. He fucked up. They should have let the AI do that shit. They ready to lose now. You stupid. You not even scoring this next shot.
To be clear, Slavinsky is a very good fighter. Just not a ton of fakes and feints. He just looks like he's trying to find the right moment to throw.
You got all fucking rim shots,
He
boy.
does.
Fuck out of here,
Then
me boy.
Vasquez knows what's open based on what he's throwing, and then he's countering the other way.
Fuck out of here, me boy.
Vasquez now walking him down. Good combination.
Yeah,
Fucking
remember Vasquez
meatball.
a little more on the back foot last round. This round, a
Fucking
little more on the
meatball.
center.
He's shown just through 3+ rounds that he can show you different looks. And he can make the adjustments based on what his opponent is giving him. But good lead
ass,
into the
my
body
nigga.
from Vasquez and then moves that trunk to get out of trouble.
Bitch, you know my name. Shut up. We do. Because we about to get the steal right here. Press X.
Come to me, come to me.
That's left hand there from Slavinsky. As Vasquez is moving to his right.
All you did was ran to the rim. 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 Ran to the motherfucking rim. Ran to the rim. You ran to the rim. You ran to
Well,
the
this is brutal. Vasquez is getting Slavinsky at times to
motherfucking
lunge,
rim.
and then
Bitch
cracking
boy.
him underneath for it, and then when he's popping up, when he's too close, cracking him when he pops back up.
There are counter right hands there from Edward Vasquez to close round 4, halfway through between featherweights.
That's a nice right hand to the body.
Vasquez, nicknamed Kid, 27 years old. You can hold that nickname for a while. At some point, you're going to have to upgrade to man,
I
though.
know, it's always like, oh, I'm the baby-faced warrior. For now. For now. All right, here with the back half of this fight.
How the fuck
That's
is it?
flying fight.
Good pressure early.
Nice.
Slavinsky, a left
Nice.
cross, split the gloves of Vasquez. The scores were close in Slavinsky's lone pro defeat. It came in February, as I mentioned, against Claudio Marrero, a majority decision over 8 rounds. But the fight before that, in 2021, the biggest victory of Slavinsky's pro career to date, when he won a split decision over Ledwan Barthelemy, who, of course, has that strong Cuban amateur background, the brother of Rances Barthelemy.
Had a very strange fight on that Danny Garcia card as well.
No question. Good punching here from Slavinsky, letting his hands
Yeah,
go.
much so busy that Vasquez just can't seem to get going.
One thing we've started to establish here is if Victor Slavinsky is going to work his way back into the fight, it's going to have to be as the aggressor.
By the way, Vasquez doing a great job just in general in this fight of either punching between punches with Slavinsky or at the end of Slavinsky's combinations. Oh, nice left hand.
This has been the theme for whatever success Slavinsky has had. Vasquez can work in those counter combinations, snap his head back.
That's right.
And those are certainly eye-popping shots for the judges.
And I don't want to say that Slavinsky hasn't landed anything nice. He definitely has, but it does look to me like for as few KOs as Vasquez has, he gets a bigger reaction when he lands versus the opposite. Like that. See what I mean? It sort of pops and shuffles his head around in a way where I just haven't seen that. And there he is again, stepping in. By the time he steps back out, Vasquez knows where he's going to be, so he just fires the hook here and then it intercepts him.
For having a deeper amateur background, Slavinsky's balance has been all kinds of all over the place in this one. As you can see him slipping sometimes, leaning overreaching with and leaning forward to.
He's not bringing that trail leg with him to get inside. He's kind of just taking a wide step.
Again, you see just 3 knockouts and 12 wins for Vasquez, but if he can catch Slavinsky off balance, leaning, he can get a knockdown that certainly would be huge on the scorecards, as this fight is just scheduled for 8 rounds.
I will say this is an interesting strategy by Vasquez, walking him down, as you indicated earlier, BC. But again, it sounds like I'm a broken record, and I suppose I am. But the fakes and the feints, they got to be there. You have to confuse him. If they can just watch what you're doing, and then like that left hook,
Doing too much.
just
Too
time
hard.
you. It's
I ain't
not
letting you do that
elementary
shit
per
no
se,
more.
but
All
for a
that
fighter
moves,
of
you know what I'm
Vasquez's
saying? That one
caliber,
spot and
that's
shoot,
not
that
a
shit did.
terribly difficult assignment.
No wonder, though, Vasquez was able to once again steal around just by landing some eye-popping, cleaner shots late. 5 rounds complete here in the scheduled 8.
Let's see this. That's that left hook that has been money for him, and he does it with the lead outside foot position, although you could do that from the inside too, depending on what you wanted.
Slavinsky was busier. He
Certainly busy, yes.
He had better success early, but once you saw Vasquez stand firm, set his feet, and let those combinations go.
But the problem is, wouldn't you agree, BC? Like, Vasquez is kind of absorbing, blocking, nothing's getting through too much, and then he'll fire 2 shots, and they have a dramatic effect, at least visually anyway. And it's like all that work is not for nothing, but it's not, it doesn't look like it's matching what Vasquez is doing. Look at Vasquez's face. It's pretty not marked up.
It's pretty clean as we enter round 6.
All right, so Slavinsky has tried to start the last few rounds a little more aggressive. Let's see if he does that here.
Last time.
Yeah, same thing. See that? These are just sort of shots. They're all just kind of being bouncing off the gloves, semi-landing. They're not nothing, but... And then the Vasquez in between punches there's another one. Those are better. Some of those got through for sure. Oh, there's that left hook counter again.
That's what Vasquez has been able to do, snap the head of Slavinsky. It almost takes away all the output Victor had leading up to that.
Oh, and a brutal right hand. You can see the sweat fly off of Slavinsky's face.
Well, he is once again catching Slavinsky just a bit off balance as he's reaching for the shot.
Now look who took command right away. Slavinsky comes out, tries to put on a little bit of volume. He gets chewed up a little bit for it, and then Vasquez begins to walk him down, and that seems to be how the fight has settled into its rhythm.
One thing to realize when Vasquez is walking him down with that high guard, he's not utilizing a lot of energy, not wasting his gas tank. Yet you add the mental fatigue on Slavinsky. When you're getting walked down by a guy, you're throwing shots, you're not landing clean, and he keeps coming forward. That
carries the lead hand, jabs, and then fires the right hand behind it. Boy, I gotta tell you, Vasquez is looking pretty sharp here. Mixing it up here now, too. Now he's really starting to let the right hand go, but that left hook has been the money punch of the fight. You'll notice when Slavinsky, there it is again. Slavinsky, when he fires the jab, watch where he brings it back, BC. Right? So there's the jab. Look where he brings it back. Watch the lead hand there, the lead right hand. It doesn't ever cover his face. It's wide open. So all he has to do is wait for that to be extended. Let's say to defend the body. And Vasquez is finding the target every time. There it is again, right there.
Slavinsky did mix in a nice left hand in that sequence, pushing Vasquez away to avoid the clinch.
And then as soon as he tried to see that, I love that. He went to the body to transfer it down, the defense, brought the defense down, and then Vasquez went right back upstairs. Vasquez starting to take control. Would you agree?
Well, absolutely, and you have to realize how much the visualization of seeing Slavinsky's head snap back for the judges. It's going to be hard for Victor to pick up rounds this way. You could end up seeing those CompuBox numbers, the show stats in the end, could end up being wide in terms of activity and attempts for Slavinsky, but he's only landing single digit. Which is clean, it seems, for the most part each round.
The issue that Slavinsky has, and sort of basically stated, is he can't find a way to get Vasquez off of him. Right? He can't land anything powerful enough that disciplines him, or lands consistently enough that, closes an eye, or otherwise makes vision difficult. So Vasquez can just kind of, he can't just walk in there with his hands down, but as long as he wants to walk in there with the careful boxer that he is, he can basically do it whenever he wants.
Good action there in round 6.
That's Vasquez's best round, would you agree?
It's up there in contention as he continues to appear from our eyes as he's in control as we look back in the action in round 6. Very creative Vasquez, able to use looping shots, able to walk in and get right through the guard of Victor Slavinsky.
And by the way, he's using a lot of those movements at the trunk to bait some kind of attack from Slavinsky. You saw him there bending over the waist to get him to follow, and then he can come over the top with the left hook.
When you were able to move that trunk in a way, let's compare it to the greats, the Canelo Alvarez of today, Gervonta Tank Davis of today, who are able to stand right in front of you, not use a ton of energy, but you also can't hit them clean when they're right there.
Right.
And when you are a big power puncher and a big counter punch operator, makes for a tough night. You have to like what you've seen up to this point from Kid Vasquez as we enter round 7, just 2 rounds to go in this featherweight pairing. Both fighters looking to rebound from recent defeats, and in both cases it would be the first and only defeat of their pro careers. But who's going to come out on top and take that next step?
Again, I just want to point out, watch the right hand of Slavinsky. And now, by the way, the 2 has opened up for Vasquez, but look at the lead right for Slavinsky. It's never, he never has his hands touching the top of his own forehead, right? Look, for example, look at the guard now of Vasquez, high and covering, right? Slavinsky just never seems to do that and is getting eaten alive for it.
In the second half of this fight, Vasquez's efficiency has been off the charts. I'm looking forward to see the post-fight stats when it comes down to the amount of power punches landed from a percentage standpoint. He has been on the money when he does decide to let his hands go, almost using Slavinsky's aggression against him in the end. So that's what's interesting. You see Edward Vasquez's correlation between wins and knockout totals. He looks like a different fighter than that would indicate, though, looking at the numbers on paper.
Yeah, that's right. And that you can't say he hasn't landed clean either. He has landed clean.
I mean, I wouldn't call him a pure boxer. He throws a variety of things. When he needs to, he can walk you down. There's a lot he can do to offset, at least statistically, what has been a lack of consistent finishing.
God damn.
That's a nice right hand. Well timed.
Phony as shit, dude. He crying for a reason. Figure out what he
That
crying
left hook
for.
for Vasquez is just money in the bank.
Slavinsky does have that one draw on his record. That came in 2019 against Angel Monreal, but that was only a one-round fight. Monreal suffered a cut on an accidental headbutt per California rules that night. That became a draw after one round. Most commissions would see that as a no contest since it happened before the start of the fourth round.
Left uppercut now for Vasquez. Slavinsky doing a lot of sort of poking, right? Prodding. Nothing super impactful getting through. There's that left hand again, the hook.
Seven rounds complete. It's been largely the Kid Vasquez show. Let's see what type of urgency we can see entering the final round from Team Slavinsky in the corner.
Haven't heard this song in a while, BC. A little Despacito.
Haven't heard this sound ever, so there you go.
I mean, if you're the corner of Slavinsky, what are you telling him right now? Just give maximum effort? Because here's the problem, and I think we've talked about, he's sort of technically outmatched here. So it's not clear exactly what you can tell him except to just go completely as full volume as you can, I suppose.
Like my mister.
And there he is, doing exactly that. Getting a little bit of that's getting through for sure. Oof.
Counter right hand from Vasquez. He's never too bothered by the activity of Slavinsky.
Yeah, he just kind of waits out the first 30 seconds, right?
You have to like the output at the very least from Slavinsky, trying to make something happen here in the final round.
Looks like Slavinsky's left eye is a little banged up. Stand switch into distance close by Vasquez. Doesn't amount to much.
Not much clinching in this fight as referee Ray Corona's been able to keep his distance. Two fighters, though, letting their hands go here in the 8th round.
Slavinsky getting through here a little bit.
See the Santa Cruz family in the crowd cheering on their stablemate here, Victor Slavinsky.
You know what just occurs to me is the offense of Vasquez is better, BC, but really the big difference for me is the defense. Vasquez having vastly better defense in terms of anticipating what's coming, catching it on the gloves, the trunk movement, the distance management, everything, the ring generalship, everything about what he is doing enables him to just not take as much damage despite the volume of what Slavinsky is throwing, and that he can counter thereafter. So yes, I think he's better overall as a fighter, and certainly on the offensive side. But honestly, the biggest difference by being in their defense, Slavinsky just has this capacity for volume, but not for much in terms of what to do on the other side of the equation. Vasquez, a two-way fighter in that sense.
Very good showing here from Kid Vasquez. Looking to extend that streak to 2 straight wins after that controversial defeat, the lone blemish in his career up to this point. He came forward early. He was certainly the busier fighter, but in this second half, it's been very smart counter shots.
Also, it looks to me like, it's hard to say exactly what Vasquez's corner told him, but it doesn't look to me like he's hunting a finish here. looks to me like he's content to get the 8 rounds of experience in anticipation for what might be next in his career, which I understand. Like, you don't know exactly when the next fight's going to happen. You don't know what kind of opponent's going to be. Maybe he wants more time against the southpaw. Could be any number of things.
Decent round here from Slavinsky.
Yes.
To try to make something happen.
Definitely better. Reminds me a little bit of the Reyes fight with Fundora, where a little bit outmatched, but certainly not for a lack of effort. Certainly not for a lack of effort in the case of Slavinsky.
8 rounds complete here. Edward Vasquez, Victor Slavinsky. We await the 3 judges sitting ringside. They'll have the final call.
Now, if you're a sunglasses guy when the sun is out, at what point are you obligated to take them off? Because I feel like that's a tricky line, you know? Unless you're a celebrity, in which case,
Well, I think in Southern California, everybody to some degree caters themselves to be a celebrity. So I think
that's not true.
The rules are a little bit different. The action will continue after this one. To get ready, welterweights coming your way in our featured prelim bout as Igis Kavalauskas, the Mean Machine, will take on Michael Fox, an important welterweight tilt in terms of who is angling themselves in the direction for Mean Machine back in the welterweight title picture.
It's going to be a fun one.
For Michael Fox, who of course was on the wrong end of one of the most controversial decisions in recent memory, to have the chance to redeem himself.
I don't use the word robbery often. That one might qualify. That one is it's just truly hard to comprehend how he lost that fight to Maestre.
That fight took place in August of last year. We'll certainly get to that in a little bit, but now we await the judge's decision here. Edward Vasquez, Victor Slavinsky.
Curious to see how many rounds Slavinsky got here. I'm going to guess about 3, maybe 4.
After 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Rudy Barragan sees the contest 78-74 for Slavinsky.
What?
And Judge Patrick Russell sees the contest 77-75 for Vasquez. And Judge Ralph McKnight sees the contest 79-73 for your winner by split decision, Edward.
Well, the judges get it right in the end. A split decision for Edward Vasquez. 77-75, 79-73 in his favor. But you have to wonder what was going on that third scorecard. 78-74 in favor of Victor Slavinsky.
I do understand the volume from Slavinsky. He definitely did win some rounds. And I would say, even in rounds he lost, he won, quote-unquote, the early part of them. So I understand that. I don't want to disrespect a fighter.
He was the fighter coming forward, the busier fighter for the most part. But ineffective aggression for the most part as we...
That's right. And just relative to maybe the overall volume of offense that Vasquez was throwing was less than what Slavinsky, but it just seemed who was reacting to who, right? In other words, yes, Slavinsky was coming forward, but in terms of getting hit and then figuring out what to do, Vasquez was just ducking, dodging, covering up, catching, and then doing more or less, I wouldn't say what he wanted, but much more of what he wanted than Slavinsky.
Both fighters had been coming off of recent defeats over the last year, both believing in fights that they had won. But for Edward Vasquez, who certainly takes issue with that lone defeat in his career that came earlier February of this year against Raymond Ford, a split decision over 10 rounds, he wins now a split decision over 8. But as we mentioned, from our vantage point, and I have to guess certainly from the vantage point of most watching this fight, the right fighter won in the end. Just to recap here, Brian Campbell, Luke Thomas of Morning Combat, a Showtime Sports Digital Combat Sports Series. We've got a good one coming up next, this welterweight featured preliminary bout. The Mean Machine, Igis Kavalauskas. He's fought at the welterweight title level before, losing to one Terrence Bud Crawford. He's taking on a hungry Michael Fox, who's certainly looking to prove something, and will have a 10-inch reach advantage entering this one. It's rare in the same weight class. We're talking about Sebastian Fundora at 6'6" in tonight's main event, but it's weird to see fighters this different in height and reach and size as they match up. But Mean Machine, he packs in power in that Lithuanian frame.
It's a night of freaks, Brian Campbell. It really is. We had, obviously, Gabriela Fundora, who's tall. We have her brother, Sebastian, who's tall. And now, in this case, Michael Fox from the Washington, D.C. area. He is also very tall. I think 6'4" for the weight class. And here's one thing I've noticed, BC. A lot of times in his last fights where he's had some issues, for example, in the Maestre fight, even though I think he won that, there were a couple of, well, actually, no more than that, there were several rounds, and even in the, I think the Santa Maria fight as well, where he'll get pressured against the ropes because he is so tall. They'll make him fight on the inside, and obviously Fox doesn't want to be there, so he'll do a lot of ducking to get out of the way. He'll go straight over, bowing at the front, and that just causes a little bit of problems for him. Slows the fight down, but pay attention to, let's see where Mean Machine tries to pressure Fox, and to what extent Fox with that tall frame can either keep Mean Machine off of him, or if he does get pressed along the ropes, does he have the ring generalship to bring the fight back to the center? It's going to be a key for him if he wants to win.
Very well said. Contrast in styles and body types and all that, and certainly it's all leading up to tonight's triple header Showtime Championship Boxing, 10 p.m. Eastern. 6'6" Sebastian Fundora, unbeaten interim WBC super welterweight title holder. He'll be welcoming a Carlos Ocampo, who is red hot. 12 straight victories, 9 by knockout since his lone title opportunity, a 2018 loss to Errol Spence Jr. Look forward to that one, but it's not just that in the main event. Don't sleep on Carlos Adames and Juan Macias Montiel, middleweights, in the co-main event for the interim WBC crown. And you want to talk about a high-spirited title rematch to kick things off tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Fernando Martinez of Argentina defending that IBF super flyweight title that he took from the Philippines, Jerwin Ancayas. That was a fun fight earlier this year, going the way of Martinez by wide decision. All of that coming up tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you don't have Showtime, now would be the good time to take that free trial. Go to Showtime.com, 30 days free for you. The next 3 months after that, how about $3.99 a month? You can't beat that. We're ready for our featured preliminary bout here on the Showtime Championship Boxing Countdown Show. The Mean Machine from Lithuania, Egis Kavaliauskas, 34 years old, 22-2, 1 draw, 18 KOs. He'll be welcoming a tall, a lengthy Michael Fox, 22-3, 5 knockouts, but has that long frame, that good boxing background. This one's scheduled for 10 rounds here at the 147-pound division.
You see, we haven't really talked much about it. This is a huge fight for Kavaliauskas. He is older now. He's had a few losses now, or two back-to-back.
It's fresh off that stoppage loss to Virgil Ortiz. 2 losses in his last 3 fights.
Right.
But you're looking at Virgil Ortiz Jr., one of the rising welterweight stars in this game, and the guy who's still the champion there in the WBO, Terrence Crawford.
Sure, and I don't want to diminish this fight. This is a phenomenal fight for both guys. This is a great opportunity for both guys. And to be clear, Kavaliauskas has fought, as we mentioned before, Terrence Crawford in a huge contest, knocking him down, not getting credit for it, but he's done some great things. But there's now a question of, okay, that's all great that he did all those things, and that's not nothing. It's, in fact, it's quite a bit. But where is he now? And for a guy like Michael Fox to have been, if you don't want to use the word robbed, you don't have to, but to have been, I think, at the mercy of very poor judging is, I think, the most charitable way I can put it. This is a huge opportunity for him to not just get back in the win column, but this would be, I mean, I think if you look at the record of Michael Fox, correct me if you disagree, this would be the biggest win of his career by far.
Without
by far.
The winner going to get a big opportunity in that title picture.
Some pretty good ink there, DC, on the right arm there with Kavaliauskas.
Egis Kavaliauskas, you can call him Egis for short. If you'd like, you can call him the Mean Machine. He's going to be coming forward, looking to turn this fight into an inside brutal battle.
He got the nickname, BC, from his mean attitude and surly disposition when trying to lose weight. You ready? A fight.
Once again, our referee in charge is Jerome.
BC, we need a handshake like that. We don't have any. We don't have any cool handshake.
It's crazy like that.
Gerard White to be the third man in the ring tonight.
How I dish you?
10 rounds here, welterweights, and let's do it. You can see it right over
Because you was faking though, you been said you didn't love me, and when I was telling you I love you, when I was asking you still love me, you kept telling me no. You terrible, bro. You love playing that. You love flipping the script. You love flipping the script on somebody. You can't be real with yourself.
This is a very talented fighter. High fight IQ. Obviously, no one's perfect in the entire submission. You can pick out this game, especially when the Lord Respect spends along the line areas. By the way,
You free. That's why you called me and called me back.
against the low line. We'll see how much more he can do from there. But a guy like Michael Fox, I think, missed that opportunity to really elevate himself in his last fight, which was taken from him in certainly my position.
August 2021, he came against 36-year-old Gabriel Maestri, big-time amateur background, Venezuela, Venezuelan ethnicity, fights out of Colombia. After went down a unanimous decision for 12 rounds. The universe could be fair, headed about 10 rounds to 2 in favor of Fox. One judge, though, Maria Martinez Rizzo, 10 rounds to 2.
You love flipping the script, boy. You flip script.
Suspended by the WBA after the bout. Tweets that were discovered just a bad situation altogether, but here's Michael Fox. He's gonna bounce back. 2 fights this year. This challenge of his career, the biggest opportunity here, and he gets to use that range to keep the machine away from him.
Yeah, nothing too committed, but he's sort of testing to see
Can't even
what kind of distance
make a promise.
a guy like Mean Machine can cover.
Did you break it?
Built a great movement from the box, not standing in front of Carlos at all, moving side to side laterally at all times, which you're going to have to do.
You love bitching me.
The thing that's interesting is you see those 5 knockouts and 22 victories for Michael Fox. We know him as a long, lengthy boxer, but he did come up on the wrong end of the scorecards, even if it was controversial to maybe a little robbery in his last 2. One thing he told this week in an interview with Fox is that he knows he has to improve his game to really get the judges' attention, to really bring the fight in his direction. He knows if it's a split decision, they may not go his way in the end. The machine will be there to the end in terms of rim
Bluffing ass nigga, bro. You bluffing so hard, bro. You trying to stop. Yeah. Bro, you want to say what time to play, bro. You said it in your act. You mean exactly as you. Love the shit stuff, boy. Is a shit stuff, man. Be my baby instead of always shit. Got my waves fucking up. You come like this? Don't play with you really try to bitch me right there. Come like this? I bust out laughing. I bust out laughing at you. Fucking you. I was talking about it. Oh my god, you so fucking funny. You so fucking funny, stupid. what I was crying for. You know, I was about to cry.
Some judges have different strengths. Preferring the guy who's moved forward.
What?
Making the fight happen.
What you say?
Machine.
All I said was,
I would say so far, relative to previous fights I've seen, and again, we're round two, so it's not generalizations, but thus far, with that as well, Fox has done a pretty good job of not spending too much time actually touching the ropes, defending on the ropes.
He's kind of
staying in the ring, still thinking of it.
Counter-defensive jabs from Thompson. It's going to be the left hand.
Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't ready to cry. That's a fucking lie.
Good
That's a fucking lie, nigga. You a bald-faced lie, nigga. Yeah, I wanted you to suck that motherfucker. That's what I was saying. I didn't want you to stop sucking that motherfucker. You sucking that bitch like you know, like. I'm trying to keep in rotation, trying to put me on rotation. Keep smoking on that too. But the last time I made the bitch giant fight. And I promise when I will, oh my goodness, I don't even know how I even say it. I don't even know how I say it. I don't know.
That's fair, exactly. But certainly the tape is not clear to the extent you can keep him along that space. It's just a different kind of challenge you have to answer for. If he has movement behind him to move so that he press forward with that long rangey jab, then the equation changes.
Here on the action for round two. Getting inside the lane. There's the right hand that pulls the face.
He rolled through, but then Velasquez wisely went ahead and get on the rise.
Working out and shit. Bitch, too.
Which we talk about the two big time monsters for Velasquez. On the title level, one of the champions. He tries to start Ortiz. Does it win over game?
Joke. I'm gonna tell you a lie.
Disputed majority of
Joke.
Three rounds in 2019 that certainly upon rewatch should have won the way of Velasquez.
I just said I didn't even let me finish. I just said I'd be sitting here by the phone. I'm a lame ass nigga.
The response from Michael
That you want me to do.
shaking up again. Round two with those pair of right hands.
Ain't nothing you just told me.
He's got to get
Sitting by the
something
phone like
that
a lame
gets
ass
Velasquez
nigga.
thinking and slowing down whatever he can do. Not just the movement, but some kind of punching behind.
Iraq.
She's coming from right very well.
Yeah, he's
Iraq.
nice uppercut there.
Punching power could become a problem. Machine
He is hurt, BC.
It sounds like go to Iraq.
Right hand's a couple of them good. Almost knocked us down. The punching power is
You
just
showing off tonight.
way
Alright.
different between these two. Way
Showing
different.
off.
Michael Fox is a smart and talented and experienced fighter, but he has got
Oh, he ain't never talked to me. He ain't never talked to me, please.
Here comes Mean Machine going for the finish.
He never talked to me that.
Lead right hand on the
I done offered it to you plenty of times. I ain't put my face in the fucking
closer at the eyes.
wow. You're a lie, yo. You know I might tell a joke. Never tell a lie.
He's still lovely there. Sure is. Velasquez was to finish
I
this
might
fight.
tell you a joke.
his head on the same side of the block there, so he got tagged with it cleanly. See that? He's got his head as supposed to be on the left ear with Velasquez. He's got it on the right ear.
In this club.
Machine wanted.
I'm what you want. I'm what you need. Mentally, sexually. You get him? I'll be like your medicine. You'll get every dose of me. Have you ever made love to a thug in the club with his ice on, fresh pair of jeans and fresh pair? Yep. Have you ever made love to a thug with his ice on, 87 jeans and a fresh pair of Nikes on? I don't think like that. Why do you think like that? You're so ugly that you think like that. I said make love in the club and we talking about head. The fuck? Nigga can't even get on the get right one time. Like, let's get right one time. Man, that damn time I made you miss your damn plane. That's what you want me to be. You listen to that song? You don't listen to Brent Fires? No, you don't. Stop lying. Stop lying. Seeing you though. Yeah, Ashley T. Look, you going to see that stuff. Yeah, I seen you. I seen you in Medusa as well. I seen you in Medusa as well, throwing that ass in the circle. I seen you in Medusa too, throwing that ass in the circle. Throw that ass in the circle. Throw that ass back to me tonight. You do that for me? Throw that ass back, y'all. I guess I'll be waiting on him by the phone. Be sitting by the phone. I'll be waiting by the phone like the lame ass nigga you always wanted me to be. You hate when I be on some real shit like, hey, I ain't waiting by the phone like you be mad when I say that, but when I say it, you talking about, no, you don't gotta do that, you be that with that. Seriously. You be bluffing other niggas, that's what you tell me. So I think I'm slowly becoming one of your other niggas that you gonna start doing that shit. Blowing them grave. I don't even know who phone them is. Might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. See you later, See you later, man. With my phone. Have you ever made love to a thug in the club with his ice on, 87 jeans and a fresh pair of Nikes on? What? That was what? In the game 12 seconds, yo? Hell no. Hey.
Good boy, good boy. Hey, who got ball?
Have you ever made love to a thug in the club with his ice on? That shot her head now. My boy boy quit the motherfucking match. Go ahead and end that for me. You know what I'm talking about?
It set the stage with the stakes, but it's Velasquez defended the title once before. He scored a victory tonight that puts him back in that conversation. He said this week, I think I need to.
You don't want none. You don't want none.
I'll say Fox is pretty good. Flat on his toes, pivoting. Looks like he's recovered. Doesn't look like he's really suffering the ill effects of being knocked down twice at all. Obviously, the true in the last round, but I gotta say, it looks like he's moving through that. The hand is never up, man.
Combinations from Main Machine. He may get blocked or miss the first two, but he's been able to loop in on the third. Those sure power shots. He's able to force Michael Fox to sit down on his punches and trade. That's where the openings have been for Kavaliauskas.
And as someone who does have not quite, so Michael Fox and I are the same count, 64 as well. So they understand, like, people like, oh, fighting tall is such an advantage, and it certainly can be. You definitely would, in many cases, would much prefer to have the kind of reach advantage the guy like Michael Fox does. But you got to remember, as far out as you have to push, you have to bring that back. And again,
Don't want none.
for that defense to come and see where it goes. And so a guy like Mean Machine, who's got good timing and who's got good sense of distance as well, it's not that if you don't hit the jab going out.
Oh, no fucking skill.
Just shy of 6'4" with an 81-inch reach, 10 inches longer. Mean Machine, he gets
Shake and
that
bake.
reach is only an advantage when you can use that one. Like Fox is able to do. Kavaliauskas continues to cut off the ring here until it goes round 6.
See that? So it landed the left as he moved to his right, getting the positional overcommitment from
shit was supposed to have been still, my boy.
You got him.
Stand in and put a little pepper on it.
It's preventing him from getting full whip. That's not a winning punch by any means.
I feel like the poise Kavlovsky scored a pair of knockouts there in that round 3 that was wildly dangerous.
YMCMB, boy. Money, power, respect. 3 the hard way. I put some real niggas on their feet, boy. So they'll kill anyone for me, boy. Get a rig. Kavlovsky trying to get his. Money, power, respect. 3 the hard way. Oh, they're 147. I'm tripping. Don't want none.
That was on the
I see him.
Pay attention here, BC. You give him a little bit more time. Michael Fox along the way. Right now, there a minute ago.
How many points? 6.
It's an exhausting way to fight if you're Michael Fox, but it's the only way.
Come on, Diego.
You feel me?
Between welterweights, it's pretty much been all Vegas Kavlovsky's up to this
Well,
point.
missed one of them bad
Bigger
boys,
puncher
man.
coming in, he's been able to close that distance with relative ease. Potential lead on the score page. Pair of knockdowns in round 3. Largest push-up score in this far. Middleweight contender.
Remember when I played this song for you? No, my daddy Yankee, remember that? You're like, I've never heard this in my life. Well, when you go back to Carson, California, you
I'm like a Bishop, please. We don't want none.
definitely not a hopeless effort for Michael Fox going forward, but round 7, if he's going to take command of this fight, you would imagine it's
In
going
the party, little nigga.
to go in right about there.
Already in the spot, little nigga.
Where he's going to need a knockout or at least package multiple knockdowns. I would have to say yes, given the fact that he was down twice in round 3 and really hasn't had any moments to speak of around that. Well, you give Michael Fox credit for surviving. Now is the time to try to turn that table on Bean Machine and land some stiff hard punches.
You don't want none.
For the more natural, pure boxer, Michael Fox, and 22 victories up to this point.
Ooh.
Got him coming in. Nice shot. But it seems to be more of a
Cause I promise go out there on my.
punishing shot that he would, I think, really need to turn the tide.
You nigga came back.
Here's the thing. Michael Fox he can box. He's a good boxer. He's a very good
Hey,
boxer.
hey, balance it out.
But he's down on the cards, no doubt about it.
Oh.
And
Ah.
just hasn't been able to land anything kind of to discipline or change the behavior Kavaliauskas.
When mentioning, the overall welterweight title picture.
Motherfucking lights went out in this bitch.
Right here.
2K ain't paid a light bill.
2021 in the 8th round to make his own statement as one of the big fighters in this always star-studded money weight class, if you will. We've got a heavyweight renaissance going on, so maybe it's hard to completely call welterweight the money division, but when you talk about the history of pay-per-view fights in this era, it's typically been 147.
Stay there. Shot. Forward.
Believe. Great timing. You see that little stutter step? Great job by Kavaliauskas.
The label of Raw.
Ah.
But in order to
You can't play with me.
started cutting off the ring with that amateur background, and he certainly could be
50
crafty.
bones for that motherfucker. He don't want none.
18 stoppages and 22 wins can certainly tell that story well enough.
Come on, man. Who got the ball?
The volume of shots from Kavaliauskas has declined fairly precipitously.
Oh, foul.
God damn, little hacker. Little fucking hacker.
Kavaliauskas can jab, but not much of a jabber.
Hey, that's all you. Shot.
Nice check hook there
Goddamn hacker.
for Michael Fox. That might be a Michael Fox round.
You got him.
He's got a little pep in his step, BC. That was a better round for him. One of the more
Take.
2-7 has been largely Kavaliauskas, but is this the beginning of like
Go. Why you take that strong? I see him.
forget, of course, the top of the hour, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Ah.
Showtime Championship boxing the same venue, Carson, California. This is our feature preliminary bout here on the Showtime Championship Boxing Countdown Show.
Get the ball up.
3 rounds to go between welterweights. He gets down Velasquez.
Man, it's a mismatch in the middle. Send that bitch in the middle.
Okay, we're looking here in the corner of Michael Fox, father and trainer. Holloway, what do you say?
I like that check hook that he's throwing. I think you should put something else behind it. I mean, at some point, you can do that. Probably survive, maybe even win a few rounds. But is this what he's doing, given where he's at, right? But with a disastrous round 3, is this a reasonable path to victory?
I see him.
It's not. So, there has to be
No.
something. I'd also say framing might be a little bit in order. Using the jab to blind and then going to the body a little bit. Like you've got to, if a guy is all over you, you have to give him something else to make him resist the urge. Body shots is often one of those things to get a pressure fighter to slow down.
Take, man. Got this.
But I think, there it is.
Hey, right here.
I think Fox is keenly worried about the power hand of Kavaliauskas and doesn't really have an answer.
That's the dilemma that Fox is
Good
up
boy,
against.
good boy.
We're looking at this, knowing the 2 knockdowns in round 3, knowing the largely effort here from Mean Machine. You're going to want Fox to put his punches together, but every time he does, you're seeing Kavaliauskas.
You don't want the ball.
And also, I just want to point this out as well. I think, you don't really compare 2 fighters. This is not a totalizing comparison. But you can see, like, fighting with this kind of mobility and being able to land effectively is very difficult to do. Guys like Arislani Lara can do it, but it's not so easy. And so I'm trying to point out as much movement as a guy like Fox is showing. He can't really sit down and fake his way to get a reaction all that well. Yes, of course you can. It's very difficult. Constantly in motion in this way, it reduces your power, it reduces your ability to set up that kind of offense.
Step out.
So for me, it's like, yes, he can catch these. Those are nice. Nobody knows what you just saw, but it's not enough to turn the tide.
Well, have you not been knocked out twice in round 3? There could be a different argument here in terms of the amount of rounds left and whether Fox can pull back
Come to
in.
me, come to me.
Traditionally, on the scorecards, if he needs to, at this point, you still have to believe he's going to hit
Hey,
something.
heads up. Shot. Grab the board.
Just chasing with that right hand, but Fox was hip to it.
Gotta start teeing up with that jab, bruh. Pop that motherfucker.
Velasquez is a lot of credit for the moments he did have
No.
against somebody as skilled as Terrence Crawford. You don't see
Yo, grab it.
certainly don't see 2 rounds to go in our featured prison bout. Sebastian Fundora and main event Carlos Ocampo.
Oh wow, Brad the rebound. Send that shit down. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Keep trying to sauce these niggas up and shit, man.
A little bit more of a disciplined performance, I would say, in the latter half of this fight, for sure.
Give me that.
Fuck, you ain't just shoot the ball for, bruh. I ain't with that leaving shit, my nigga. Thank you, smoking homie. Your homie smoking.
Hey, yo, right here, baby. Big gun me.
Complete sense.
Arlington, Texas, excuse me, against Yordenis Ugas. Locked down.
I got yours.
Crafty, tough as nails fighter in Ugas. Seemingly never took a backward step. That was as good as Errol Spence can be still there as we get closer to the potential of a 4-belt undisputed championship bout against Terrence Crawford. But round 9, welterweight, can Egan
Come on, bro.
what he has started here. We're 2 knockdowns in round 3. Michael Fox has been chipping away to get back to a certain degree into this fight. He's going to need something big in these final 2 frames.
This is gut check time. This is, if you're going to win the fight, it has to happen here, basically. I do think BC is, very easy for me to say something like this, but I do think if Fox really wants to win this, and more than just a moral victory, he has to take it. Again, it's very easy for us to say this sitting on the sidelines, but what else is the answer beyond that?
I mentioned in terms of the craftiness of Mean Machine, despite the power punching reputation, he did represent Lithuania in the 2008 Beijing Olympics.
These are nice punches, by the way, from Fox. And I gotta say, for the nickname Mean Machine, would you not agree? Kevalauskas, that was a nice punch. In general, he's slowed down a lot in this contest.
Kevalauskas also won the bronze at the 2011 World Championships at welterweight.
That's a nice left hook to the body from Kevalauskas.
I believe Fox can take too many of those. Kevalauskas corners him here during the final minute of round 9. Punching again, that time a little contact between the two. Whenever that happens, it has favored Mean Machine, the more physical, aggressive fighter. Well, this has been a fairly clean bout. Haven't seen head clashes or really too much clinching. In fact, you can argue Mike Fox could have used some clinching in that 3rd round, but he was able to survive.
I know I'm in game chat. Y'all don't want to hear y'all talk. I don't know, nigga. I ain't trying. I'm right here watching the fight. I ain't trying to hear y'all talk. I'm watching the fight. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them niggas. You want me to talk back to them? That shit ain't gonna make me. That shit ain't gonna make me no difference.
Who's watching MP?
Footage from round 9 and that combination from Mean Machine against the side of the jab, Michael Fox.
Once I start, I just can't stop.
Most of this.
You say I'm in game chat. I know I'm in game chat, nigga.
Come on, man, who got the ball? Rip down.
I'm clamping shit. Tell them niggas that though.
Fox here to survive, or does he have some potential drama with that
On my piece.
Keeping that distance, standing punches at the time, and seems to be machine is somewhat content.
KO's 18.
Contrast is obviously different fighter, different weight class, different body type. Contrast the late Lopez, someone like Dennis, where once he can get into the concentration, then he can get to a lot of hands. He's got incredible accuracy and hand speed and a chin as well. And find that way that he's going to be
That was a momentum dunk, my boy.
Get some leverage on your power shots on the inside and let those hands go.
If you've never seen Sebastian Kimura, it's kind of like that scene where Bruce Lee fought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's going to be like that.
Powering and turning. And I think you should.
I agree. Towering in front is not bad.
Last chance here. Last call for Michael Fox.
Ooh. Damn.
Just do his best, which I understand. You know, it's a very difficult assignment that he has in Kevin, but a little bit too much.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit was wicked too though, Augie.
Mature, smart, powerful. You see the respect between the two fighters in the center of the ring. Vigas Kavalauskas, who said coming into this, he believes he's 2 to 3 wins away from getting another title shot in the welterweight division. This was the right performance at the right time. The judges will have the final say, of course, but 2 knockdowns in round 3 certainly set the tone. From there, and you see Michael Fox spreading the circuit rounds or having some moments, yes. Was that enough to win rounds? Tough to say on my scorecard. Pretty much all Kavalauskas.
He was a match, let's say he was a match. And I neck of the woods, I always like to be as supportive as I can, but just sort of being honest. He's a talented fighter, and I thought he did what he could with the ability that he had. He didn't pack it in, but Kavalauskas just too much fire, too much experience. And no one went to press the gas and made a lot of great decisions. Also, my man's been in the weight room a couple of times, it looks like.
The tattoo chair holder on the Yeek, as we mentioned earlier.
You know, a lot of combat sports have these horrific tattoos. I think that's pretty good with him.
34 years old, the Mean Machine.
They're not much.
Marcus way back in, as mentioned in that title picture at 147. He is an interesting out in a loaded division. Given difficult nights in the past, very close.
You don't want none.
Like class being shown by both athletes in the scene.
What I'm coming in a party chat for, my nigga? Yeah, you keep fussing these niggas out, man. I'm chilling.
Unanimous decision. Genius, Mean Machine, Kavalauskas.
Vegas call him Mean Machine, just call him Agitas Kavalauskas. He is a legitimate welterweight title contender. The unanimous decision, clean sweep on one scorecard, 9 rounds to 1 and 8 rounds to 2 on the other. Of course, the 2 extra points for the knockdowns he scored in round 3. Credit, as we mentioned, to Michael Fox for surviving and doing his best to make it a fight. But this was start to finish the Mean Machine. It will be interesting to see where the Lithuanian product goes next, how quickly he can match himself.
Just use it. Was Fox under the impression that that fight could have gone his way? Did you notice he was raising his hand there when they read the judge's decision? I'm not sure what that was.
He did say the same thing about our last fight and saw a split decision at the end of the day. But
Yeah, true.
you wonder what was going through the head of Michael Fox. But our preliminary triple header is complete. At the top of this hour, of course, the Showtime Championship Boxing triple header, 10 p.m. Eastern. Need Showtime? You want Showtime? You got it. Go to Showtime.com right now. 30-day free trial. The next 3 months, $3.99 per month. But Luke, as we look ahead to tonight's feature bout, let's go to that main event. Sebastian Fundora putting the interim WBC super welterweight title on the line as he looks to further move up the ladder in the overall title picture. Jermell Charlo, your undisputed champion. Some rumors he could be looking at unbeaten Tim Tszyu to start the new year. But tonight, Fundora's got a red-hot Carlos Ocampo in front of him. We know the height and size advantages. What do you expect to see in this matchup between Mexican-American and a pure Mexican fighter in Ocampo? Beyond fireworks? I mean, that's about it. That's it.
Complete craziness is really what I expect. I mean, I just don't understand how else this could go. It's not like Ocampo is going to jab his way to victory, and Fundora, I suppose, could if he really wanted to, but never does. So this one seems like it's going to be fought on the inside. It's going to be a battle of attrition. One thing that you did see in the Lubin fight, and it's one of the things where I would say a guy like Fundora does use his height, is the uppercut. He's able to catch it in a lot of interesting scenarios.
See highlights from the April knockout victory Fundora scored over Erickson Lubin, a former title challenger, and certainly somebody who was coming on in his own right entering this fight looking for a title shot. But you got to learn any of those questions that we didn't have answers to about who Sebastian Fundora is. The backbone, the chin, the intention. Look, you got to be impressed by this.
Yeah, he reminds me a little bit of Brandon Figueroa. Obviously, Figueroa's a much smaller guy. This is a much bigger guy, but it's like those crazy hulking frames and the way to kind of think about it. Not hulking and super muscular, but just sort of this. The way I liken it was when Figueroa fought Blue Boy Steph, for example. He's almost like a palm tree where the top of it just shades over everything. Now, I would say Fundora's a little bit different, where he'll stand a little bit apart, just a little bit apart relative to that, and then you see him really begin to go for whatever work he likes. Ocampo, I'm expecting big body work from him. That's a centerpiece of his game anyway, and I just feel like that's going to be a real key to strategy here in terms of what can I do to get a guy like that to slow down? How do I minimize that? But also, here's the part too. It's like you got to make sure that a guy like Fundora, you saw the highlights there against Lubin. Lubin was a little bit too accepting of, he was thinking, oh, right, if he comes to me, that's all that matters. But then you found Lubin a lot on the ropes. No, it has to be the other way. Yes, it's okay to be in close contact if that's the way you prefer, and that's been your bread and butter. Obviously, Ocampo has been on quite the run. But I would actually say you want to back the other guy up because it can affect his balance. It can affect his willingness to throw in certain situations. It puts
Saucing the shit out of this nigga.
defensive rather than a tall guy kind of barreling down on you. That's one change I'm going to want to see.
Certainly a freak of nature in Fundora, and the output there from Carlos Ocampo from Mexico, 34-1, 22 KOs. Mentioned the 12-fight win streak. 9 of those by knockout. He's certainly been coming on somewhat under the radar. Got a lot of people's attention, though, with that streak and saying, oh, I remember him from the Errol Spence fight. He's in another division. He's confident. He's certainly aggressive. I heard a quick mention out of you about that Cool Boy Steph Fulton and Brandon Figueroa fight late last year. I thought it was 2021's fight of the year. Couldn't Erickson Lubin and Sebastian Fundora end up as this year's fight of the year? It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Or could they top that once again tonight at the War Grounds, the Punch Bowl, Dignity Health Sports Park, whatever you want to call it? It all goes down 10 p.m. Eastern, top of this hour, very shortly in Carson, California. It's Fundora and Ocampo, but how about that co-feature? Carlos Adames, Juan Macias Montiel, middleweight division, interim WBC strap at stake. Adames has been to the title level before, got stopped by Patrick Teixeira. This is certainly another opportunity in a close-up. But we talked about Juan Macias Montiel got our attention against Jermell Charlo. Can he continue that momentum? Even though he lost that fight, this title opportunity, this interim one could put him right back. That's something certainly to watch closely.
And also to point out with Adames, he's coming off the win over Sergey Derevyanchenko, which is would you say the best win of his career?
Without question, there are great fights for the likes of Daniel Jacobs, Gennady Golovkin. You thought he probably could have got the edge of that one, but didn't. And of course, the Charlo brothers, that double Charlo pay-per-view.
And he did rebound with the Danny Garcia undercard. I was there with Cool Boy Steph, actually, and Boots Ennis. We actually were watching that fight together. But I was just going to point out, obviously, getting a win like that after Carlos Adames, that's a grizzled veteran, very difficult to put away, who has good cardio and who can take a shot, no doubt about it. Adames got past that test. Now, Montiel is not going to be some kind of walk in the park. I don't think that anyone's arguing with that, but it just goes to show you, a guy like Adames, yes, suffering the loss of Teixeira, but recapturing, I think, that's a lost point per se, but again, rising to the occasion over a guy who I know this may be controversial, I thought he beat Triple G. Sergey Derevyanchenko, so something to keep in mind.
Yeah, Adames from the Dominican Republic, a tough matchup tonight against Montiel, and in the opener, we go right to the title level. The IBF Super Flyweight title will be at stake a second time. Fernando Martinez of Argentina, 5-1 underdog in the first meeting earlier this year, pulled the upset on Jerwin Ancajas, who has been the champion for 5 straight years. From the Philippines, flashy, exciting fighter from the Manny Pacquiao lineage, put his shoulder around and promotes him. He's a fun fighter, but he came up flat that night. Ancajas would say afterwards, it kind of bothered me. I just wasn't myself. It ended up being a wide decision for the Argentine Martinez. Now we go a second time around to kick off this triple header. If you're going to look at a potential fight of the night, I mean, you can never count Ventura and Ocampo given their styles, but I see this Martinez-Ancajas fight. I think for Jerwin, he can only do better than that first one where he lost a wide decision on the 3 scorecards. He's hungry, he's aggressive, he's going to be close.
And listen, I know that there's a reputation sometimes for guys out of Argentina, or sometimes if you've only ever boxed there, or maybe you've only ever boxed in Colombia, or only ever boxed in the Dominican Republic, or you take a place where it's like, okay, you have a nice record, but you haven't fought real guys yet, something like that. That's fine. And I think a guy like Martinez had fought maybe once in Dubai, and then maybe once to Russell. All the rest of his fights had been in Buenos Aires, and so you're like, okay, well, who is this? He's probably a fine boxer who's going to be able to match. No, he again rose to the occasion completely in that contest. So this is a hotly anticipated rematch, and as you indicated, kicking off the action before we get to those other 2 fights. Should be fun.
Martinez had a long amateur career. Just his 15th pro fight, 14-0 with 8 KOs. He's going to defend the title here in the rematch against Ancajas. That's our triple header, 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. If you don't have Showtime for the final time, I'll tell you.
Careful, BC.
Over here. Showtime.com gets you 30-day free trial right now. For those next 3 months, $3.99. You're going to need that. Why? We've got some big-time Bellator MMA action coming up. Showtime Championship Boxing. And don't sleep on October 29th.
Right.
For the Greater Phoenix, Arizona Showtime pay-per-view. Legend from the MMA side, but he has transitioned to boxing very effectively. Anderson Spider Silva, maybe 47 years old, pulled the upset on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. This is the next stop on the Jake Paul tour of transitioning from the YouTube acting, social media influencing to legitimate boxer. It may not have been the first opponent. They say fight a real boxer. He tried. The fights fell apart against Tommy Fury. The fights fell apart against Hasim Rahman Jr. He's the betting underdog going in there against Silva, who's, how could you sort of frame how unlikely in some ways this transition for Silva has been, going from the very top, arguably the greatest fighter in MMA history.
Bro, this dumbass shot is dropping, bro.
We always knew he was a good striker. There's a claim, as you indicated, that Anderson Silva has a claim. It's somewhat debatable, but he has a claim as being the best MMA fighter of all time, and what made him stand out during his run, which was around sort of the late aughts, early 2010s, he kind of had a little bit of, obviously his career declined a little bit in MMA as he got a little bit older, 47 years of age. But what made him stand out was the versatility and creativity of his striking. He was far ahead of his peers. A great example of this is to go watch the Forrest Griffin fight, where he was completely overmatched. I think it's UFC 101. So we knew he was creative. We knew he had those kinds of possibilities. We all thought, well, he's 47, he's just doing it for fun, or maybe a great paycheck at the end of his career. And then he goes out there and surprises all of us with a spirited, convincing win over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in Mexico. No less great. It was an exhibition that should be noted, but just the ability that he showed was so surprising, even for folks like us who had covered his career for a very long time. Now, he followed up with a win over Tito Ortiz and had another exhibition subsequent to that. But to get the general idea, he has shown a level of ability we didn't think he had in A, boxing, and B, at this age. Although we see, can't lose sight of the fact. Jake Paul taking on his second UFC champion in as many fights. That is a tough order, even if he got him, yes, a little bit older. Obviously, after their MMA runs had basically run their course, it's pretty difficult for him to do that.
It's easy to look at Silva's age and go, okay, Jake Paul fight real boxer. Well, first he tried to fight quote-unquote real boxer. Secondly, as we mentioned, Silva has legitimate boxing experience. He's technically 3-1 as a pro. He's got more experience next to none. Surprising. But has some big exhibition wins. That Chavez upset. He's made the transition from MMA to boxing from a footwork standpoint, which is very hard to do. It's a different stance. Conor McGregor kind of had troubles when he fought Floyd Mayweather. And we know in this larger sort of crossover celebrity bubble that has been there the last few years, Silva has started to look like the boss at the end of the video game where people thought maybe Jake Paul wouldn't fight that. I was a betting underdog going in there against Silva, who is the same size of him, and that has to be key. Jake Paul has been fighting around that light heavyweight cruiserweight area. This will be a 187-pound catchweight bout, but this is not a smaller Tyron Woodley. This is a guy you're going to be looking eye to eye with, who's got quickness still. And yes, we can look at the age of Silva. He wasn't sent packing from MMA because he was getting knocked out left and right. He had some injuries, fell off a bit. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. And when you look up and down that October 29th pay-per-view card beyond that main event, how about this feature? How are you dealing with this? About what it's going to look like? NFL running back star Le'Veon Bell, who knocked out Adrian Peterson recently with one punch, and be taking on Uriah Hall, who's recently retired as a UFC middleweight, and a very good one at that. This is kind of interesting how this is going to be playing. I'm not really sure what's going to look like.
Yeah, for example, you might say, oh, well, a guy like Uriah Hall was sent packing from the UFC after losing his last bout. Yeah, but he fought a guy who was just basically, but chose to fight him strictly in grappling terms, and Hall did not get stuffed. In fact, that's pretty, by itself, kind of remarkable. But what does Hall have? Hall is a very good striker. He has one of the most vicious knockouts in the history of the Ultimate Fighter TV show. Granted, we see it was in kickboxing, more so range, not the actual sport, but it was a giant turning, spinning kick that caused that. And he has some great wins on the rest of his resume via strikes as well. I will say, what makes this fight kind of interesting is it's somewhat surprising because a guy like Hall has vast combat sports experience. A guy who originally got his start, I think, at a Tiger Schulman's here in the local area where we're doing this show here today, and developed into much more of that. But a fearsome striker, certainly in mixed martial arts, now heading into boxing. So you have Le'Veon Bell, a phenomenal running back for a time anyway in the NFL. But how do you size these up? A guy like Hall, way more combat sports experience, but better as a kickboxer than a boxer. A guy like Le'Veon Bell, not really a combat sports athlete at all, but a dynamic athlete just the same.
Why would you do that, bro? Why?
Le'Veon Bell's sort of physical size at the combine, he was roughly 230 or so, which is about right for a running back. Uriah Hall fought most of his career at 185 pounds. He could go up certainly from that. Guy is making 185. You know that they're going to walk around well above 200 pounds in order to do that. I'm just pointing out, it's weird, man. It's weird. The YouTube boxing sensation, I know Jake is trying to graduate from that, and if he beats Anderson Silva, he will. But it's an unusual matchup to put a question about it.
We're also going to have Chris Avila on the undercard, part of the extended Nick Diaz story.
That's right, Nate Diaz, yeah.
How about Nick's brother, Nate Diaz, who, now that his UFC career contract is behind him, it feels like he's potentially throwing his hat into this celebrity boxing crossover bubble. It'll be interesting to see if Nate's there. Of course,
I'm told he will be. Will
he be a future opponent if Jake Paul can survive and advance? It's a lot to look forward to. October 29th, Showtime pay-per-view, Glendale, Arizona. You and I will be there.
Can't wait.
Looking forward to tonight's triple header. Sebastian Fundora, Carlos Ocampo in just a few minutes. Top of the hour, only on Showtime. We enjoyed ourselves here on the Showtime Championship Boxing Countdown Prelim Show. A trio of fights. Mean Machine Igis Kamalauskas gets the victory over Michael Popkowski. What is next for him at welterweight? What's next for us, Luke? Maybe without some of the sweat, turn the cameras off. My name is Brian Campbell. This is Luke Thomas. We are the co-hosts of the Showtime Digital Combat Sports Series, the multi-time award-winning one, by the way, Morning Combat. If you would like more of us, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern on the Morning Combat YouTube channel at Morning Combat. Check it out. The biggest stories in boxing, mixed martial arts, bare knuckle, whatever's going on in fighting, they're usually talking to us, we're previewing, reviewing. I mean, we win awards for this.
Right, so there's a lot of combat sports podcasts. This is the best one.
There you go. You heard from the mouth of Luke Thomas. Hope you enjoyed this countdown show. Enjoy tonight's card. A triple header coming at you. LTBC. We are out of here.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Los Angeles. We are back in a big way. We've got 3 fights. And the main event, Towering Inferno. That's taking on Carlos Alcantara. You're coming off that epic fight with Erickson Lubin.
But like I brought with one of the fighters, I have what it takes to become world champion.
Fighting on a 12-fight win streak. People saw Errol's face.
I do know my preparation. I do know my training. It's going to be a water. Don't worry about what Sebastian the Towering Inferno Pandora is going to do. I'm going to become a world champion at 154.
153.5 pounds for Carlos Ocampo. 153.5 pounds for the Towering Inferno. Big night of action taking place on Showtime.
What? Yo, come on, brothers. Now you ready? Think you ready to have your way this game? That shit light, my boy. The hell you want now? Because I had something to tell you. I ain't gonna only got this, you got me playing me. Excuses. Shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just sit on the phone. Shut up. Just shut up. I don't want to talk. Just be on the phone. I don't want to hear you talk. Give me that. You gotta sit on the phone, then, man. Yeah. You talking about? Sit on the phone. Sit on the phone with everybody else. You can't sit on the phone with me. You don't talk. You don't do shit. So alright. I'm glad you talk to them. Dang, you don't talk to me. Somebody need to talk to you. Somebody need to talk to you, silly ass.
Look at the clock! Shot!
Somebody need to talk to you, silly ass, man. Somebody need to talk to you, motherfucker.
Come get it!
And I promise to run down on mine, on mine, on mine, on mine, it's over, on mine, Oh my, baby, let's keep it real. I know you better. And I promise forever. Oh my, yeah. Oh my. Nah, bro, I ain't want shit though, for real. I just saying what the fuck you was doing. I'm ready to watch this fight. I'ma holler at you later.
You can't dig graves deep enough in this city to hide them from the storms. October on Showtime.
Ready for this? Let's get to work. Are you good with a knife? Clear knife. What if it's him? Hey. This is nice. You don't believe, did you?
A woman was killed.
Start from the beginning.
Simon? What?
Not the same guy that I used to be. But I need to go back to work. Why not?
People say no, they're not going away. You could.
We have to be more careful.
Aren't you cold? I don't care.
Why are you back? We have to fight. Like you.
This shit coming up.
Currently, the Fedora family boasts of 2 successful fighters. One male, Sebastian, and one female, Gabriella. The fighting Fedoras are indeed very unique to the sport. Sebastian, a.k.a. the Towering Inferno, has blazed his way to an undefeated record. But now we're going to the body of the fight. He waits and waits for his opportunity to take center stage in the talented 154-pound division.
Nowadays, since buying and putting on more muscle, I'm just more comfortable with being here. Very off tactic, that will work for me.
Fedora keeps active and fights to add more highlights to his already impressive resume. Looking to douse the flames and upset the Fedora family plans is Carlos Ocampo. The former title champion has dominated his last 12 opponents since losing to Pound for Pound star Errol Spence Jr. Carlos Ocampo heading to Ocampo quietly into the Now Ocampo seeks to make a place for himself amongst the ranks of the top contenders.
Yo creo que va a ser acá con la
Your ass tweaking, boy.
documented fulfilling the dying wishes of his father. And in fact, he has a tattoo of his dad Abel on his left arm, his mom Sylvia on his right arm. They are the source of his strength, and they are two of the biggest reasons he can now call himself a champion.
We'll take a look at the... And, on college sports teams, reaching matches. It looks like Ford and Reed in their first fight. Martinez, of course, would like to get inside and make it a brawl.
Tonight's fights in California, referee doctor can stop the fight. The fighter cannot be saved by the bell. The fight becomes official after 4 complete rounds. Let's get the official introductions from our Hall of Fame ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. As premier boxing champions and Showtime, and a big night of action coming away, brought to you by TGV Promotions and Samson Boxing. And we extend a special welcome to the brave men and women serving around the world and joining us tonight on AFN, the American Forces Network. With its opening attraction, its own world title attraction, that is sanctioned by the IBF. The president is Daryl Peoples, supervisor Levi Martinez. Judging and ringside.
Agua bendita, que se ocupa, cura o curita. Cállense que llega visita. Qué familia tan perfectita. Lo que no se tiene se pinta. Tapen con tapete o cobija. La verdad incomoda y te pica. Si no es de tu talla o medida. Amén. Yo crecí con complejos. Yo no pido consejos. No por mí ni por ego. Pero usted ni vela ni en... A mí me dijeron que yo ya no llegara más a misa. Porque le di un beso yo a una chica. Y ahora de repente se le quita. Desde que yo la guilla y donde se le fue lo católico pensamiento. Ese padre tiene cola que pisar. Que tanto juzga si es tan similar. Hay tanto chisme que hay que evitar. Mi madre no es santa, yo no soy con tal. Cruz Matanaca y que tanto le importa. Chisme si escuché pa'
Hey, balance it out!
Y a mí me dijo gordo, una fea. Me dijo... También me miro feo. Que es pobre, pero...
Hey, yo, right here! Hey, yo, right here, right here! Come on, stay there!
Aquí entre nos son tantos celosos, echan de todo, calienta el lodo, saca el fabuloso y vamos a sacar la mugre, vamos a sacar verdades aunque todos suden. A mí ya me vale más de todo, yo no le hice nada.
Green coming! Hey, yo, safety!
Pass the ball. Pass the fucking ball, nigga. The fuck is wrong with you? Fuck, you not the fucking main character. Don't pass the ball now, nigga, score. What is you doing? You ain't playing defense, you ain't passing the ball, nothing. What is he doing? You fucked up, boy. Oh. Ah. Why that nigga 4 for 11? No, don't let that nigga score no more, bro. He 4 for 11. Let out that L2 button a little bit, nephew. Goodbye. Oh, what? That was a goodbye game. Back up. No, back up. Get back. You're gonna try to sauce you up. They're gonna set the screen up. Step up, big man. Step up. Hey, y'all. I just tell you, back up.
Hey, yo, right here, baby.
Boy, his boy in that tank, man. Straight on the hip. It's like my Glock, man.
we're seeing angles, and he is also doing something which is smart. He's making Martinez miss a lot.
Yes, and there he is, missing with a wild right hand as Martinez did land the left hook to the body, but Alcaraz doing a good job.
Is having a better third round here than he did in the first two. And part of the reason is because he's able to go to the body a little bit more and move better on the inside.
And has landed the most eye-catching combination, that left hook to the body, followed by the overhand right upstairs. In this round, as Alcaraz continues to utilize lateral movement, Martinez lands a right and a left along the ropes, and then Alcaraz shoves up, but Martinez putting on the pressure. Going to the body, misses with the left hook upstairs, and Alcaraz doing a good job defending and taking some of the steam off some of those shots, although got nailed with the right.
It's hard. I mean, he tries to make a miss. He might, Martinez might miss one or two, but he throws a barrage of punches, not just 2 punches, and that's what helps Martinez, and he's able to land those punches.
That check right hook could be a money shot for Alcaraz. We've seen it thrown effectively here in the early stages of this championship rematch.
You see the heads come together, and that happened early on in the last round. Luckily, it did not create a cut. And you see there one of the tactics Alcaraz is using, holding Martinez on the inside, but that time he actually got a way to land a right hand. And then you see Alcaraz landing the jab to try and keep Martinez off him. Martinez still coming, but not as effective. Then later in the round, in what was a better third round for Martinez, he lands that right hand downstairs, and he's using good head movement to not get hit by Alcaraz, and then landing the right hand. That round looked a little more like the first fight for Martinez.
Round number 4. You're at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. The great outdoors of October 9th. For what should be an action-packed evening of prize fighting, and Martinez again putting on the pressure. And Alcaraz delivering an attack that at least kept him momentarily at bay.
And I talked about the hunger from Martinez, you know, in the opening of the telecast. And what I was explaining about that, a lot of fighters either become world champions and then they forget that hunger. They forget to train. They don't have that same hunger. We're seeing Martinez still have the desire, the hunger to keep his title and to make a case tonight that the first fight was not a fluke.
And as a 3-division champion, Abner, I've also heard that you get exponentially better when you do become champion. There is a confidence boost.
100%, especially if you fight this level of opposition.
And we're all breaking up momentarily out there. Good exchange between Alcaraz and Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez trying to keep the pressure on, and Alcaraz continually showing lateral movement, which is the key for what he wants to accomplish here tonight. With the Philippine Sports Council, and he feels like he made the way much easier this time.
Couple of left hooks upstairs by Martinez. Now it's Alcaraz.
It's going forward. Alcaraz is trying to do the right thing, which is obviously not with the boxing, but it's Martinez that just keeps coming, and he throws a lot of punches, not just headshots. He messes up the body too, and he was making it hard for Alcaraz.
Martinez lead left hook to the body. That right hook to the body just grazing the ribcage of Martinez. And Martinez avoids that combination from Alcaraz. Final minute of the 4th.
losing. That doesn't mean he's losing every round. He's not. It's just he's a lot less in terms of,
he averaged 87 punches around in that last fight. So you're right. The offense muted Tan, and I credit Alcaraz and his lateral movement and the adjustments he's made as they are moving heavy ladder. Alcaraz catches Martinez. Martinez catches Alcaraz. And some fistic fighter work to close out the first third of this.
Sebastian, you're going to have a 7-inch reach advantage tonight. Are you going to use that to your advantage, or are you going to fight on the inside as you like to do as well?
Well, I guess whatever his game plan is, we'll work with that. You know, I'm going to focus on getting this win. That's for sure.
You know, you said you want to bring this back to being a gentleman's sport. You don't talk any trash, and you're having so much fun. How can you be successful in this business without ever showing that mean streak, except for in the ring?
Well, I'll save it up for the ring, but outside the ring, I don't have to be a mean guy. I don't have to be a bad guy. My sister looks up for me for a reason. You know, my father always told me that little kids also look up to me. I don't need to be cursing for them. You know, they don't need to see that.
What about Ocampo concerns you?
I can't say anything honestly, but we know he's a strong fighter. 154. He's 12 consecutive wins, and we'll see what he brings up tonight.
Indeed, we will. We look forward to talking about it. Thank you. Thanks, Sebastian. All right, Mauro, back out to you.
Thank you very much, Jim. Looking forward to the main event. Looking forward to the 5th round of this fistic firefight between Martinez and Alcaraz. And again, Martinez exploding out of the corner.
And we talked about the volley punching, you know, from Martinez in this fight, from the first fight. And you also mentioned about progressing, getting better. I think Martinez is a guy that learned a lot from that fight. And his juice in his punches bites. Really smart pressure fighting.
Gets countered with the right hook there as again he walks inside. And that is something he does have to be cognizant of, Al, is Alcaraz's right hook.
yeah, when we talk about being defensively responsible again, and, you know, that he's trying to do that. And Alcaraz is certainly good job at countering like he did with that straight left hand. You know, it's interesting. We talked about body. Alcaraz has thrown about 60 more punches in this fight so far than Martinez. And as Abner pointed out, it doesn't mean Martinez is doing bad. It's just a little different.
Yeah, I think you can see that the cleaner punches are definitely landing from Martinez.
The first time I ever saw Michael Jordan was in 1981 at the McDonald's All-American game in Wichita, Kansas. As soon as I saw him on the court, he was different. Every practice session was like Game 7. And he did that relentlessly every single session. Okay, he's dominating us. He's the best player in the gym by far. You see this. But can he do it against NBA players at that next level? 1984 Olympic team, we went on somewhat of an NBA tour against NBA All-Stars to prepare for the Olympics.
Known by many as the basketball capital of the world, Indiana is a fitting home for our contest tonight.
To the exhibition game. The starting lineup. For Team USA, a 6'1" soccer.
Welcome, everyone. Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Coach Mike Fratello and David Aldridge on the sideline. Mike, the crowd is buzzing as we get ready to see Team USA going head-to-head with a team of NBA stars.
You could understand the excitement in this building. And it's easy to see why some of the best collegiate athletes in the nation on Team USA. While the NBA star squad is just stacked up with their top-tier talent.
Now this game, Clark, only an exhibition contest. But the fans, my goodness, they seem pretty invested already.
And I can see why, Kevin. What a sight to behold. I mean, this might even be a once-in-a-lifetime assemblage of talent. That goes for both of these teams. I mean, you don't often get a chance to see this many big-name players on one court.
I am so glad you and I are here to see it. Out there for Team USA, we've got Steve Alford and Michael Jordan at the 1 and 2. Then Chris Mullin at the small forward. Raymond Tisdale at power forward. Down low, it's Sam Perkins. And out there for the NBA stars, Isaiah Thomas is running things at the point. The Jim Paxson and Mark Aguirre at the 2 and 3. And then it's teammates Larry Bird and Robert Parrish filling out the front court.
We know this game doesn't go on anybody's record. But you can tell these players aren't about to come out here and just make each other look good. I think that speaks to the quality of the players on these two squads. These are all true competitors.
Jordan looking around. Jordan wasting no time, showing these NBA stars what he can do.
All too easy for Jordan. Just unfazed by anything the defense throws at him. He's got an answer.
Thomas passes to Aguirre. It's deflected. It's stolen by Mullen. And plenty of storylines to cover, but our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, as usual, is all over. David.
Thanks very much. Now, everyone knows these are just exhibition games, but neither the Olympic team nor the NBA stars have any intention of taking it easy on one another. The tone seems to be surprisingly serious among these players. Guys, back to you.
Well, that's going to be interesting, David. Thank you. I don't know what to expect from tonight's game, Mike. It's going to be fascinating to watch.
To me, that comes as no surprise. No matter the consequences of your game, you always want to play your very best.
Against the best, correct? I mean, my goodness. Here's Thomas. Here's Parrish. Team USA grabs the miss. Rebounded by Perkins, something he's become very good at while at UNC. Jordan the pass to Perkins. And they're unable to get the tying basket there.
Both teams here are dealing with unfamiliar lineups. Playing with guys they usually play against. It'll be interesting to see how they adapt to best fit that.
Well, Mike, to me, it simply looks like a glorified high-level playground game. I mean, you got to make adjustments on the fly, adapt to one another. For Team USA and the NBA stars, that's going to be the case. If something isn't working, the coach just has to be adaptable.
Here is Zeesting. Dives for it. Stars able to keep the ball here as it goes out of bounds. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
A defensive play like that early in the game can go a long way. Establishes an attitude that you want to have during the game.
Persons checked in for Mullen. One guy we're going to keep a close eye on tonight, Mike, and this one is Michael Jordan out of North Carolina with a ton of promise.
And everyone wants to see how he measures up against real pros. No better time to get a sense of what he might be capable of in the NBA. Perfect pass there. Understanding how to set up his teammate.
Jordan the pass to Turner. Count the basket.
When you face Jordan, you put so much focus on MJ that it creates openings for other guys.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Turner no good on the free throw. The NBA stars in the lead. Reed the pass to Whitman. Here is Zeesting. To the wing on the left. Whitman kicks to Reed. Passes it to Whitman. Here is Zeesting. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Clark, there's so much to be excited about watching this unique matchup. But the biggest question is the most obvious one. And that's who's going to win this game.
Look, I don't want to be a guy that fudges on picks, but it could go either way, Kevin. I mean, Team USA has a lot of hungry and ambitious young talents, but don't expect the NBA stars just to show up and roll over. I think they also want to win this thing.
They got a lot of pride, don't they?
Yes, they do.
To the middle, here's Reed. It's good. Reed's got his second basket.
Great feed to the interior, resulting in a successful attack right at the hoop. This is why so many love watching Jordan play. Such an explosive dunker.
And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Stars making a switch here. Woodson's checked in, and Team USA making a change here as well. Concax checked in for Turner. Well, we're pretty far along in the first half now. And Clark, it's the NBA stars who have the advantage on the scoreboard, as we can see.
Showing us they came ready to win this thing. Not allowing Team USA to catch them unprepared and unfocused.
Count it, and the Stars' lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Person. Pass to Woodson. Here is Zeesting. To the paint. Here's McHale. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Let the big man eat down there. McHale excels at scoring on tight coverage, too.
Here's Jordan. And he lays it straight in. Jordan's got 8.
Love the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball. Inside and outside action.
Inside, Seasting. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
A big part of Team USA's strategy has to be making the NBA stars earn their looks. Nothing easy. If they give up quality shots, you know these pros are going to knock them down. So they've got to take away those easy, good looks.
Coach, no question, Team USA is going to have to work overtime to effectively defend the NBA star.
Well, outworking the pros might just be the key. Team USA is full of energetic young guys. So all-out effort on that end could be the difference maker.
Oh, what a finish!
Oh, yeah.
How about that one? Mike, we're pretty far into this game. How do you like what you've seen so far of Michael Jordan?
I gotta say, I'm impressed. He's playing against some of the country's best pros and making a real impact out there.
What a talent.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
And it's all evened up. He's got 12.
Good defense. Does not matter. Jordan's unaffected.
Outside, Aguirre. And there's the pass to Woodson. Parrish kicks to Thomas. Baseline try. Here's Bird. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, part of what makes Bird exceptional is his all-around talent. I mean, he gets it done on both ends of the floor, and that's how you end up being an MVP in the league.
The Stars shooting their first free throws of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You really can't overstate how many exciting rising stars there are on this Team USA roster. Dynamic college athletes, many of whom already have big NBA expectations attached to them.
Paxson, he's checked in for the NBA Stars. And Team USA making a change here as well. Sam Perkins, he's checked in for CONCACAF. Guys like Perkins and Jordan and Ewing all seem like, to me, Clark, potential first-round picks.
And I agree, Kevin, and it's a very interesting thought to consider while you watch how they handle these NBA stars. I mean, in some ways, this is like a first real taste of pro competition for these guys.
I could see Ewing going #1 overall, and I could see Jordan, for instance, going in the top 3 or 4 picks.
I don't have any arguments there.
Something that's really making this game special is this crowd. I'm told it's over 60,000 people who packed in here to see Team USA take on the NBA Stars.
Here's Jordan, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Jordan's got 14 points for the game. Paxson outside. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And the NBA Stars lead by 4. 60,000 people. I mean, that's enormous. For a rare look, Clark, at so many amazing players.
And, Kevin, it's not surprising at all that many are salivating for this matchup. And I'm sure there are plenty of you folks at home who couldn't be here in person, but you're making just as much noise as these fans are in the building.
And now we can enjoy it together. Me, Mike Clark, and all of you. You can't get that one. Team USA trails by 6. Trying to find a way out of this run, Mike.
Yeah, looking to regain some momentum offensively. Let's credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's Thomas trying to get open his Bird. Fader on the way. And the play by Thomas as he finishes it off for 2. Thomas got the lead up to 6 now for the Stars. Pass to Perkins. He feeds it to Jordan. And he makes good on the layup. 16 points for him.
Relentless. You make contact with Jordan, it doesn't affect him at all.
And the Stars leading by 4. Outside, Aguirre. Passes it to Paxson. Pass to Aguirre. One shot on the way. And it's off the back rim. No good.
They can't expect him to miss that shot consistently.
Defensive foul.
Team USA have gone 0 for 3 in the game at the line, missing all previous chances. And he makes the first.
The blend of athleticism and scoring prowess Jordan possesses is insane. He's capable of destroying teams all by himself.
7 seconds left here in the first half. And with a decent amount of this game already gone, Michael Jordan has been, coach, just superb on offense.
Yeah, this NBA star squad has not been able to shut him down.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Stars out in front. They're up by 2. And welcome back, everyone, for the second half of action in this exhibition game between Team USA and the NBA Stars. It has been a fun one so far. We've got Aguirre, Bird out there with Parrish. Then there's Paxson. And it's Thomas in at the point. And that's the group for Robert Fields as we begin the second half.
What stood out to me after a full first half of play is the sense of competition out there on the floor. The NBA Stars aren't handling Team USA with kid gloves. They're giving it all.
Here's Jordan, and that's Michael Jordan breaking the 20-point threshold. What a game he's having.
Efficiency personified there. Jordan scoring at will, taking over the game whenever he chooses.
Paxson passes to Bird. Aguirre against Mullen. Now the pass to Parrish. To the inside. Aguirre, good. Aguirre's got 6. And Clark with Team USA, they don't seem to be holding anything back.
Without question, if these young guys are intimidated by playing against pros, they're not showing any signs of that. And, you know, it's not so easy to have to go up against the guys you're accustomed to looking up to, Kevin. That takes a lot of confidence.
A lot of guts, you're right. One half gone, coach, and you have to admit Jordan has looked good matched up against some of these NBA stars.
Oh, absolutely. He's attacking when he wants and finding himself shots, showing no fear against some talented NBA defenders.
Now here's Thomas. Tight defense on him. Here's Bird. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Count it, and the Stars' lead has been cut down to 2 as they get the bucket from Jordan.
The touch on Jordan's close-range shots is really outstanding. He almost makes it look simple and easy to score in close like that.
And here is Thomas. From 18 feet away. And it's Perkins with the rebound.
In some ways, this game between Team USA and the NBA Stars is a classic matchup of youth versus experience. No one knows this game better than the NBA Stars, but Team USA has such explosive athleticism.
Let's hear now from David Aldridge as we come out of the half. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. As they come out of the break, it's no surprise that this has been a mental game as much as physical. Now, Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas, who are 2 great basketball minds, are, of course, making high IQ plays. But guys like Michael Jordan and Sam Perkins are keeping up with them. And I think Jordan's defense especially caught some of the veterans off guard. Guys, back to you.
I bet it did. Thanks, D.A. Jordan's skills, Clark, certainly have impressed a lot of people in this game, haven't they?
Me included, Kevin. I mean, his awareness is outstanding for such a young player. That's what jumps out to me. You can tell he's really done a good job studying his opponent's tendencies.
And Clark, they've got to be gaining respect for the kind of game Jordan shows, don't you think?
Clearly, without a doubt.
Pass to Concat. Jordan outside. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Concac's got his first 2 points.
Concac put that one right back where it came from. Good for a handful of boards per game is the big fella.
Down low, Williams. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Second half is underway, and for the moment, it's the NBA Stars who are out ahead.
And, you know, Kevin, this is where Team USA will really be tested. I mean, because they have to maintain their focus, keep fighting, and keep their composure and confidence. Pros never give up on a game.
Yeah, this is a great challenge for Team USA. This is it to Reed. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Patrick Ewing. The Stars have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The first free throw is good. The NBA Stars making some changes. McHale comes in for Williams, and it's Seasting in for Thomas. Reynolds is checked in for Team USA. Both free throws good from Reed.
You know, I find this an interesting challenge that all of these players have to deal with. Playing with a coach they're not quite familiar with. That can be more challenging than it seems when you haven't had a lot of practice time to build up a relationship there.
Koncak gets the bucket.
I like the feel that Koncak has around the hoop.
The NBA Stars in the lead. Seasting passes to Reed. Here's Woodson. Pass to Reed. There's the pass to Seasting. Unloads from 13. That one doesn't go.
And people will say he shouldn't take that mid-range look, but he had the space and is capable of making it.
Reynolds can't hit. Mike, you can speak about this, but I've always thought it's an interesting dynamic when players have a new or temporary coach in control.
It's really all about respect. As a player, you have to respect what the coach is trying to do. And as a coach, you have to respect that the players aren't fully accustomed to your style and be patient with them.
Sounds like communication key. Well, most of this game behind us now, and all you can say about Michael Jordan's performance, Mike Fratello, is wow. I mean, what a show he has put on against these NBA stars.
He certainly does look league ready, doesn't he? You can just see why fans are so excited about Jordan's potential as part of an NBA team.
I mean, he's got everything. Here's Koncak. And it goes down 2 points. Koncak's got it all tied up now for Team USA.
Points they needed right there. You like the fact that he took it right to the rim.
High percentage look at an important juncture in this game.
Reed the pass to Bird. Shoots over Ewing. It's hauled in by Team USA. Out of this game already in the books, and offensively, Coach Michael Jordan has been putting on a show. Finding shot after shot after shot.
And taking a big scoring lead over Larry Bird. I really think this NBA Stars unit was just unprepared for Jordan. Maybe they thought an amateur would be easy to guard.
Maybe they did. I don't know. It has been interesting, though, hasn't it?
You know, every player wants to win a game they're playing in. But in this matchup, there's some extra pride and motivation on the line. These NBA stars want to put the next generation in check. And Team USA wants to show us they're ready for the league.
Here's Koncak, defended by McHale.
A perfect example there of how to protect the rim.
To have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, such an asset defensively.
Reed gets the bucket. The Stars lead by 2. That pride on the line certainly has added some extra intensity to this game.
You can just see it in the eyes of the players, especially here late in the game. This game might not count for the record books, but these teams are hungry to prove that they can get the better of each other.
This has really been fun. And a new group getting ready for the Stars. Parrish, he's checked in for Bird. Aguirre comes in for Reed. Paxson, he's checked in for Woodson. And Thomas subbed in for Seasting. And Team USA making a change here as well. Jordan's checked in. And so Jordan will bring it up for Team USA. It's a 3-point game. And Jordan sends it home.
How about that intensity that Jordan brings. I mean, this dude comes alive during crucial parts of the game.
Time called here as the Stars want to talk it over. Here are the NBA Stars now. Outside, Aguirre. Pass to McHale. Thomas up top. McHale left side. From the high post. Again, the Stars score.
Oh, Thomas can score from all over the floor. Big shot that time.
Team USA calls timeout. Bird, who's checked in for the Stars. Here's Jordan. Ewing tried to get open. Count it, and the Stars lead has been cut down to just one on the bucket from Michael Jordan. Outside Thomas. Unloads from 9, and Bird gets it to go on the assist by Thomas. And that's 10 points for Larry Bird. On the wing, Ewing. And the shot goes in.
A timely bucket by Patrick Ewing. His team depends on him to come through in the big moments, and more times than not, he delivered.
Here's Bird. Bucket is good. That's 12 points for Larry Bird.
Bird certainly has done what he can to make it clear who the pros are, giving the NBA Stars a boost with his offensive production.
Ewing kicks to Jordan. Tries again. Great D that time from Bird. 3 on 3. Pass to Aguirre. Outside Thomas. Pass to Parrish. Trying to get open as Bird.
The team needed someone to step up. It's Robert Parrish, a clutch performer.
Off the inbound. Oh, and the jam by Jordan.
And who else would you turn to? Jordan comes alive when the game is on the line.
And here are the NBA Stars now. A different look now for Team USA. Sam Perkins is checked in for Concacaf, and it's Tisdale in for Patrick Ewing. Bird high post. It drops. The ball.
We know this game doesn't go on anybody's record. Well, you can tell these players aren't about to come out here and just make each other look good. I think that speaks to the quality of the players on these two squads. These are all true competitors.
Out there for Team USA, we've got Steve Alford and Michael Jordan at the 1 and 2. Then Chris Mullin at the small forward. Wayman Tisdale at power forward. Down low, it's Sam Perkins. And out there for the NBA Stars, Isaiah Thomas is running things at the point, with Jim Paxson and Mark Aguirre at the 2 and 3. And then it's teammates Larry Bird and Robert Parrish filling out the front court. Mike, it only makes this game more interesting to watch as a fan. Clark, the fact that both teams are playing for keeps is so interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this contest is going to be full of a lot of up and down basketball. If you blink, you're going to miss it. I'm expecting a lot of high intensity, high effort play for both sides to be pushing themselves to be at their best.
One guy we're going to keep a close eye on tonight, Mike, and this one is Michael Jordan out of North Carolina with a ton of promise.
And everyone wants to see how he measures up against real pros. No better time to get a sense of what he might be capable of in the NBA.
Here's Paxson. Paxson there. Thomas with the assist.
Showing off his touch, Paxson finds a mid-range look and nails it.
Here's Jordan. Rebound, Parrish. Here are the NBA Stars now. And there it is for him.
The lead pass. Executing one takes a high basketball IQ.
Clark, there's so much to be excited about watching this unique matchup.